Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another chill stream. We'll get back on like an actual game soon. I'm just kind of testing something out with my BlueStacks today, and I'll probably do some League of Legends and some Legends of Runeterra. For the most part, that'll be the game plan for today. Although I want to try out Streamlook again because we have a free multi-pool, and I would really appreciate getting Cypher's LD. So I'm gonna hope the multi-pool, I'm gonna hope the stream luck works. If it doesn't, I will be very sad. But that's all I got. Alright, well, that's a total failure. That hurts my soul. That hurts my soul. It's like all my and just fucking died instantly. No, what do you want, Ellen?
Is it raining at your place?
It is not raining at my place.
It's raining at my place.
Okay, we live like multiple states away.
We live nearly 2,000 miles away.
Okay. Hang on, actually, I kind of want to buffer up real quickly.
Have you heard of Chicken Police Painted Red?
No. Also, hey Mario, what's up? Oh man, Mario, we're down the stream on Thursday, right? You ready for the face reveal, buddy?
What face reveal?
No, don't worry about it, Ellen. It's not. That doesn't pertain to you.
I mean, you already did a face reveal by like 2018.
Yeah, I know I did. I'm aware I did.
I wonder if Super Bear Neo is ever gonna do face reveal.
Why? He just looks like the fucking darkness.
Okay, I should laugh.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You're gonna get me fucking demonetized now, and you need to sit the fuck down.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Mario, so are we still gonna plan like a day beforehand, or are we all good to go? Like, I'm a little confused on that one actually. Of course, Cypher and fucking Kurosami are both fucking reds. Why the fuck wouldn't they be?
Apparently, they can offer the option to trim a clip.
Yes. You can also get editing software to do that. Okay, so I need Final Fantasy, but this is my final nightmare. Hey, Red Dusk, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, okay, perfect. So we just gotta do these two, and we're done with her. Oh no, I think I see we gotta do it for two. I'm just a pair of eyes and teeth. Yeah, a bunch of fucking yellow teeth, maybe. I don't think a toothbrush has seen your fucking mouth in years. I see people join, then they're like, "Oh no, it's not any of the normal games. We're gonna bail." Hang on. You are one to talk, dude. My teeth are fucking pearls. What the fuck are you on about? Show some respect to these pearly whites.
Did you get braces?
No, braces don't clean
Have
your
you-
teeth, Alan. And also, no, I've never had braces before. You ask.
I needed braces.
Well, I hope you got them.
Yeah, I had them. I wonder if anyone else needed braces.
Probably, statistically speaking, you're more likely to need braces. Yes.
How come you didn't?
Because my teeth weren't fucking crooked. I mean, they probably could. Do you see the new League of Legends champion? I need to break after seeing that. Aphelios? Dude, I know about Aphelios for a fab. Or no, not Aphelios. Akshan. I'm sorry. Aphelios was that trash champion they released 200 years ago. That's a joke, but it's only a joke in the League of Legends community. Alright. We need to get some more XP in here. Akshan, yeah, Aphelios was trash too. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm pretty sure Aphelios is worse than. I'm pretty sure Aphelios on release is gonna be worse than Akshan. I'm gonna say it right now because everyone who picks up fucking Akshan or Akshan, they're gonna suck complete dick. they're gonna suck total fucking dick with that guy. They're gonna think they can do fucking everything, and they're gonna die like all the fucking time. I guarantee it. It's gonna be like watching Yasuo. It's gonna be Yasuo all over again, except Nas busted because when Yasuo came out, he was like genuinely a fucking nightmare. I still remember the day Yasuo came out. I remember being so excited, like, oh, it's such a cool new champion. I'm gonna main him. Oh, he's got a katana. I like katanas. Oh, that's such a cool ability. I'm gonna take him top. I can still remember the fucking days when fucking he came out. That's how fucking long I've been playing League of Legends. Oh, fun to see all the feeders. It happens every new champion release. No. So this is the fucking problem. It's like we're gonna get a bunch of fucking feeders on release, and then immediately afterwards they're gonna fucking hyper buff him because they think he's underperforming, and then they're gonna have to fucking nerf him, and then they're gonna realize they can't nerf him because his problem is his mechanic like Akali, not specifically their fucking stats. Did you know if a male elephant can't find a female to mate with, he beats up a baby elephant? No, that's not true. That's not true. No, stop it. That's a lie. No, stop it. I don't believe you. I do not believe you, Red Dust. That's bullshit. There's no way that's fucking true. Oh man, Mario, if you're sticking around, maybe in a little bit we can hit up some Xbox, maybe hit up some Minecraft or something. I'm not playing Fortnite on stream. Don't ask me to play Fortnite on stream. It's like the Mantis mating method where they kill the males after. Pure love. Pure love, nothing but fucking thoughts. Fortnite on stream, or else it's no dice. Alright, guess we're not streaming together tonight, guys. I tried. Once Fortnite though. I ain't about that life. So I gave more RAM recently to my BlueStacks, and it now takes up 4 RAM, or it now calls upon 4 RAM. So I'm curious if that affects anything else. We might try League of Legends game a little bit, see if there's any like slowdown. I don't think there should be, since League of Legends is a pretty non-taxing game to my knowledge. I love the fact that I can auto this and like look on the side. Yeah, because I currently have, I think I have like 6 gig. How many gigabytes of RAM do I have? I have 16 gigabytes of installed RAM. I'm pretty sure League of Legends does not need a full 16 gigabytes. I knew about the Mantis thing. I did not know about the baby elephant thing. Although I guess I had heard that baby elephants do get attacked by adult males. I just didn't realize it was due to sexual frustration. Mateo said he ain't talking to you. What the fuck? Why not? I didn't do shit. Are we still good to go for Thursday or no? He says you should know what. Okay, like, are you being like genuinely? Hang on. I was gonna say I'm gonna message because I'm like, dude, we have plans this Thursday. Do not tell me. Yeah, of course I fucking thought. You fuckers do this shit all the time. League is an old game. The way it takes more than 8 gigabytes. Dude, if League of Legends asks for 12 gigabytes, like, can we get like models that are actually like? Can we have like dead or alive models in League of Legends, please? Can we have that kind of resolution for 12 gigabytes of RAM, dedicated RAM? Come on, let's make it happen.
How many games are going to be on Steam Deck?
Probably every single game that's on Steam, Alan. Alan, don't buy the fucking Steam Deck.
I don't want to buy a laptop. Like a Steam Deck I can carry anywhere I want to go.
You can do the same thing with a fucking laptop or a tablet. Don't buy the fucking Steam Deck. You're literally wasting money at that point. Just buy yourself a fucking tablet. It does the exact same shit. Get yourself a tablet with a keyboard. There, problem solved.
Too hard to hold. I want something easier to hold.
I mean, go ahead and waste your dad's money, but like, I've already... No. I feel bad for whoever fucking deals with your finances.
Actually, it's just a lot of people. When it comes to finances, it's handled differently now than how it was back then.
Well, I hope whoever is handling your finances will realize it's a stupid idea to buy the fucking Steam fucking whatever. Because it would be.
It looks cool.
Go get it. Look, I understand it looks cool, Alan, but the cheapest one's a piece of shit, and the most expensive one's like $650. You don't even play fucking Steam games. You don't even have a Steam account.
Yeah, I don't like.
Who is male, who is female. So when a male tries to find a female and try to pitch, he does so even at the risk that the fly isn't even female. Even will finish anyway. Fuck, flies are hardcore. Buy an actual PC for Steam games, then buy a Switch for Smash. Holy shit, she can one-shot the fucking summons at 100? What the fuck am I doing running anyone else? Tifa, back in the fucking lineup. Let me get my fucking Tifa back in here. Holy shit. You know, I was thinking to myself, man, if only I could speed up this fucking farming process. Oh, wait, I forgot. I have fucking Tifa who nukes the fucking game. A Steam Deck is only for people who unironically just don't want to put the effort into building a game PC. And at that point, it's like, just buy a fucking console. Which, to be fair, mods and shit do occur on the Steam Deck, and, you know, you could argue that the Steam platform itself is better than some of the more, was it Diabolos in the left? I'm pretty sure it was Diabolos. So you could argue for that. That is possible, but I don't think you should. Nearly 3% of the ice in Antarctica's glaciers is penguin year. What the fuck, Mario? I mean, that's the right kind of stuff for the discussion, but what the fuck? Well, I wanted to visit Antarctica at one point, but I guess I'll change my mind on that one. Where's Tifa at?
If you're going to Antarctica, go as far as you can go, and you might find something interesting there.
Yeah, we'll see what happens on. No, so this game doesn't really nerf people. It just makes better people. Like, characters don't lose value. There are just characters who come out with more value. And then they have to rebuff and rebuff. But Tifa is one of the most popular characters in Final Fantasy. The second she falls out, like, super fucking hard, the second a new, like, fucking weapon comes out. He's talking about the entrance to the center of the earth? Of course you fucking know that, Mario. They should allow exploration in Antarctica. Also, Tifa's best waifu. Tifa is not best waifu in the Final Fantasy verse. Get the fuck out of here. Final Fantasy 15 girls are better. Fight me.
What's your opinion on Final Fantasy 13 girls? What's your opinion on them?
You mean just Lightning? And I guess Hope?
No. Yeah, what's your opinion on them?
Hollow Earth is real? Don't say that with this fucker around. This fucker, no, not with this one. Nothing much new, and you didn't miss much. Currently just chillaxing.
You gotta find the dome.
Shut the fuck up, Alan, please. Don't. You don't encourage him, and Mario don't encourage Alan.
Dude, you can't break out of it.
Lightning's the only girl on Final Fantasy 13.
I thought she had a sister.
No, she has a brother in disguise. Lightning is the only one who's worth down in 13. Her sister, Fang, Camille. Okay, first off, the fact you said Camille disturbs me. Fang, maybe. Her sister, no, get the fuck out of here. No, get the fuck out of here. Complete bullshit.
I heard people didn't like the main female in Final Fantasy VIII. Is there a reason for that?
Tell you what, I'll let you know if I ever play Final Fantasy fucking 8.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like her for some reason.
Probably because, she's a total bitch. I'm sorry. I don't know anything. Probably because, she has a fucking HP fucking mechanic gimmick that's fucking trash, but whatever. No. I understand anything. Noctis 100. See, my boy Mario understands. My boy Mario here understands. The best Final Fantasy protagonist is Noctis, hands down. 100%.
What about the Final Fantasy 14 protagonist?
Shut the fuck up. 14 doesn't have a protagonist and you fucking know it. complaining about my girl Ariana? Why is Reno underrated? Or Renoa underrated? Wait, Reno, wait, which one's Reno? Hang on. Are you spelling it wrong, or is that an actual character? Yeah, Renoa. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, yeah, it's fucking Renoa. I don't know the actual reason. If I haven't seen any girls, the game was made for boys. Look, Final Fantasy 15 just got it all and then some. That's all I'm gonna say. I used to have Final Fantasy 15 poster, but it fell. Same with my High School DxD poster. For some reason, my oldest poster is the only one that's still fucking standing, because apparently V here's a fucking trooper. I'm sorry.
I heard Final Fantasy was not supposed to continue from the first one, and the only reason why it did was because it was second only to Dragon Quest. Had it not been so close to Dragon Quest, it would not have continued to sell or make sequels, from what I've heard. That's what the game developer said. They said they would not.
Probably correct.
Yeah, they said it themselves that they weren't going to continue the franchise had it not been so close to Dragon Quest.
The problem, the reason she didn't get more screen time. Ramzo's best protagonist for me. He goes through hell and back and ends up in an eternal chase until the day he died, anonymous and erased the annals of history. Oh. Well, I guess that's a spoiler from what happens to my boy Ramzo over here. Good thing I'm not getting his burst. We're gonna try using our 20 tickets right now. We're gonna try and get a hold. The author himself said if Itachi was left alive, he would have defeated both Obito and Madara. Get the fuck out of here. That is bullshit. That is not a real fucking statement. Get the fuck out of here.
Which form of Madara and Obito is he? If he's referring to base, that's debatable.
No, it's fucking not. Madara fucking curb stomps hard. Is Luna from Dead or Alive supposed to be based off Luna from Final Fantasy 15? I'm pretty sure not. I think Luna from Dead or Alive is like a cat girl.
Can base Itachi beat base?
Damn.
So?
That's pretty clean. The face is a little too young, or at least it looks a little too young. It's basically like fucking Maria Rose if she had a rack, which is already an improvement over Maria Rose, but still.
Can base Itachi beat base Obito?
Well, define base Obito.
Without, like, the Jinchuriki powers.
So, are we talking, like, base Obito at the start of the war arc? Or are we talking base Obito, like, what version of base Obito are we talking about here? Also, what the fuck did I need to get
Base Obito fighting Kakashi Obito.
Kakashi Obito?
No, base Obito fighting Kakashi.
Obito feared Itachi's strength and waited until he died after his death to move forward. That's bullshit. That is not, even if that's potentially true, that wouldn't scale to the fucking actual war arc version of the characters, though. Like, even if, like, let's say you're correct there. Also, who the fuck is Strago again? Which one's Strago? These characters aren't fucking, are you Strago? I'm pretty sure you're Strago, right? Hey, Strago. Nice. Called it. Good shit. Alright, I gotta complete a few more missions with this fucker real quickly to get the fucking bars.
Okay, Itachi can't beat Obito?
Probably not the war arc version, no.
What about base Kakashi?
Again, probably not the war arc version, no. The war arc characters are literally absurdly stronger. There's a new animation where Madara meets Jigen and he loses, so he uses Nido Tensei. Good animation. Bruh. Okay, so technically, every character in Boruto who can fight, wasn't there any treatments or curse for Itachi's illness? No, it's kind of like the Goldie Roger situation, where it's like, oh, you just have a disease you can't cure whatsoever. You know how it is. Hang on. Let me hit up my Naruto expert real quickly.
I honestly thought Itachi could beat base Obito.
Shut the fuck up. You don't scale correctly at all. you don't get an opinion for this. You've lost your opinion rights.
I thought he could beat him easily.
Sorry for naming this, but I'm throwing myself in the shark pool and say Itachi is one of the most overrated characters in Naruto. So, I used to think Naruto was shit, and while I'm not exactly a fan of it these days, I can appreciate it better. I just don't think Itachi can beat... there's no reason to assume Itachi scales to the War Arc characters. The War Arc characters are fucking absurdly strong.
What about Tsunade?
Shut the fuck up. What the fuck did I just say?
Tsunade? Didn't Tsunade lose?
Shut the fuck up. What the fuck did I just say? I could not have made myself more clear.
It has to be Temari. Surely,
Shut the fuck up. Also, Rams is an absolute chat. He finds a female immunity. He's like, babe, want to join my harem or you want to die with the rest of your...
If Temari can fight...
of healer, take it easy there.
If Temari can fight base Madara, Temari can probably take down...
Itachi was able to casually throw hands with Naruto in his Kurama Link form. Okay, but that was only Kurama Link 1, if I remember correctly, and even then, that would still be a weaker Kurama Link than the one that appears in the War Arc. In a world where characters can resurrect the dead and heal entire limbs, they can't cure an illness. Well, see, so Red Dusk, I don't know if you know this, but Itachi actually died of a broken heart when his boyfriend fucking died in front of him. I'm pretty sure Odin's missing his left eye. Let me look it up real quickly.
Odin needs the Mangekyo Sharingan.
Yep, Odin's missing his left eye. Damn, I was 100% correct. Damn, I am good. I am good.
But surely he stands a chance against characters like Shikamaru.
No, hang on a minute. Apparently it's not that
clear. Shikamaru can beat Itachi?
Shut up for a second. I'm looking at this. Okay, so never mind. Apparently, according to Scandinavian facts, it's his left eye, but according to other pieces of information, it's his right eye. I can't find the original story right now to like confirm, but I'm pretty sure it's his left eye. Could be wrong though. I think really just as long as you have the eye, one of the eyes removed, no one really gives a fuck. It looks like it's kind of like Greek mythology.
I didn't know Itachi was so weak during the part 2 of the War Arc. Damn.
Why do you only ask me this shit? Is it because you know Kyle and the others will just fucking shut you down immediately for your bullshit?
I didn't know he was, like, this weak.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Like, I thought he could fight Shikamaru.
I'm gonna go shower. Alright, Red Dusk. We'll be here.
Like, Brock Lee and, what's his name? Killer B?
I don't know. I don't even know if Killer B gets stronger for the War Arc, so I want to know that one. Itachi one-shot Orochimaru in the Akatsuki arc makes him above Kage. Well, that's fine, but like most of the main cast in the War Arc are way above Kage.
Wait a second. Which time period was he referring to when he beat him?
Who the fuck are you talking about?
Which time period was he referring to when Itachi took him down?
Well, Muhan, according to what I found, the right eye is the one most consistently lost. The Genjutsu... Genjutsu does not count as a fucking one-shot! Get the fuck out of here! Genjutsu does not scale in any capacity! That's bullshit!
Isn't Genjutsu like a hack's ability?
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Who keeps giving you permission to speak? Because I know it's not me. I heard that laugh, motherfucker. Orochimaru did not want to fight Itachi after that? Yeah, but Orochimaru went from being competent to being fucking trash, like, real fucking quick. Naruto did not do that series any favors, or did not do him any favors, to be more accurate.
Villain, justice.
What?
The series didn't do the villain justice. Orochimaru. Hi, Cyber.
Oh, wasn't expecting him to show up of all people. Hey, Cyber, what's up? Anyways, yeah, no. So, I'm pretty sure... Actually, Cyber, wait, you scaled Naruto, right?
It's probably best I don't talk right now. But what's up?
It's a simple question. Could Itachi actually fight War Arc Madara or Obito?
Fight who?
Could he fight War Arc, Madara, or Obito and base?
The base forms. The base forms of them.
Depends. Like, are you referring to Obito with the Rinnegan or without it?
Which one's the War Arc version, Cyber? I don't know this shit.
I mean, maybe, potentially, like, we don't... You could argue Edo Itachi was, like, weakened from Prime and that he always held back because he was with the disease, so... But it would be, like, necessarily unquantifiable just how much stronger he was. He might be able to Genjutsu them with Koto Matsukami.
You mean the ability that only works once every 10 years?
I mean, he had access to it. I'm saying that, like, if he hadn't wasted it on on himself, he might be able to use it on one of the two.
Fair enough. I just learned that Street Fighter is universal. What? That's probably from some random Akuma manga scaling, isn't it?
What? Okay. I'm going to tell you in DMs why I was hesitant to talk,
Alright,
but
that's fine.
I need to know what universal from. Hold on.
Alright, Jeremy, so hang on. If you could put your listings in there, that's fine.
Also, please don't read what I'm about to tell you, like, in the call, what I'm about to tell you in DMs.
That's fine. This is just a casual stream of me playing mobile games. Because Dead or Alive's getting a collab with King of Fighters All-Star next week.
I sent you the DM.
Next week. That explains it. I know it's a slur. That makes sense.
Sam.
Yes?
Femto versus Naruto.
Femto versus... I don't know what the fuck a Femto is.
He's obsessed with his rival.
Alan, please tell me this is not one of your OCs.
It's Griffith from Berserk in his God Hand form.
He has a God Hand form?
Yeah. He's called Femto.
He can alternate between his human-looking state and Femto.
Oh! Oh, well, I was wondering how the fuck he takes off that mask. Well, I'm pretty sure Femto... Well, actually, I don't...
Dude,
I've never read Berserk.
That thing is not a mask.
What?
And it's physically part of his physiology.
So, do all the God Hand just look like fucking freaks, then?
Have you not seen what they look like? Void looks like a freaking faceless skull with flesh.
Let me look up the God Hand real quickly. I don't like Berserk, so I've avoided most of it.
Void stated to the Band of the Hawk he's
Okay, I might be. What the heck did you just say? You said you don't like Berserk? Why?
Everything I've heard about it just doesn't make me like it. So not only is it overhyped. Oh, Void. Hey, Void actually looks kind of chill. This man actually looks kind of chill.
You can't say something is overhyped without checking it out for yourself. For shame, then.
So the problem too is like it's super. How do I say this? It feels like it's excessively violent for the sake of excessive violence, and this is coming from a guy whose one of his favorite mangas is Fist of the North Star. So take that one as you will.
Well, Berserk's more depressing by comparison.
I thought it was supposed to be uplifting in the later seasons or later chapters.
Maybe in Fantasia in some degree. In some ways. But things like Conviction and Millennium of the Falcon of the Millennium Empire, pretty gruesome.
Yo, Femto's design is super sick, and he has a lot of powers, including matter manipulation and creating a force field around him. And in the games, he's OP as F, creating portal shockwaves and tornadoes. The God Hand only scales to what? Fucking city level?
They can
Alan, let the cyber speak first, and then you can add your 2 cents.
They can upscale from mountain level. Well, it depends. The Cal can get like city to mountain. You can go way higher. Like Arrow likes to argue Utterversal with like I'm just gonna say it here. Arrow can try and castrate me all he cares for. Like if he's listening to this, I don't care. 1A Femto is bullshit. I'm gonna just say it in light. Like,
Wait! People think Femto's 1A? Are you serious? That is
Arrow
awesome! That's
Arrow,
fucking awesome, man.
Arrow argues like 1A Femto from like God Hand. Sorry, no. Like a non-canon chapter, the Lost chapter, like with the idea of evil.
Actually, it's supposed to be canon.
Well, even if it is canon, he argues it from like some trans-duality nonsense and stuff like that. It's just like a pile of BS.
Wait,
I better shut up. Like Zim knows like why I'm hesitant to talk.
Don't worry, Cyber. I'll keep you in line. Hang on, Jeremy Sands. Ryu could be universal and Kenshiro would still beat his ass.
I'm pretty sure Void stated he's infinitely more powerful than the Band of the Hawk.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest here. Like, I doubt you could prove that legitimately.
I mean, that's what he stated.
Well, you could
prove what?
Apparently a statement of him being infinitely stronger than the Band of the Hawk.
Wait, who?
Apparently, according to him, Femto.
We are infinitely.
Even if that was the case, it would be like the infinite Yu Yu Hakusho statement, where like these are definitely like.
Oh, you mean infinite?
I don't think it's like. Well, I don't think it's like infinite, like an infinite like 3A or 3D or whatever. It's like he's like infinitely above him in the aspect that they can't interact with him. Like the only thing that can harm like Griffith is either possibly Dragon Slayer, though unknown. Dragon Slayer was only able to harm an avatar of Slann, not Slann herself.
What?
And
probably could have been able to harm him.
I thought the Dragon Slayer was able to kill demons.
Well, no, it's like it's bathed so much demonic blood at this point that like it also exists on the astral plane, so like they can harm them because of that potentially.
I see.
And the other thing was the sword that Skull Knight had been made with prep time using the behemoths, but that failed because Griffith anticipated that, used spatial manipulation to avoid it, which he likes to spam like crazy. I swear he does more spatial manipulation than freaking Virgil. I don't know. I'm serious. He spams that ability more than Virgil does Judgment Cut. Like screwed over Skull Knight's like end game plan, and it ended up backfiring on Skull Knight like crazy.
The Ganeska?
Hang on.
Huh?
You mean the part with the Ganeska?
What the fuck?
Yeah. Ruler guy. One of the apostles.
I don't even want to know. If we're going with War Arc Naruto versus anime, manga, Femto, then Naruto could have a chance. If we are talking Berserk Muso, then Femto slaps his ass and pulls an eclipse there and there. Also, yes, Berserk can feel overhyped because of the beginning, but I recommend you to read it from when he is a kid working with mercenaries and fights against Pazuzu. Is that how you pronounce it?
Ask him what Berserk Muso does.
Newhin, can you elaborate further on Berserk Muso?
I know what that is. I'm asking, why does that make any difference? I mean, Naruto being able to interact with Femto would be an interesting topic. Might be able to interact with him. I mean, Naruto characters can interact with the soul, but that might not necessarily be enough to interact with Femto properly. It depends, though. Like, he might be able to now because Griffith has a physical body on Earth, like physical flesh now. In order to have left like the astral plane properly, and just like interact on the planet, it's not like super explained. Like, how? I mean, he can necessarily be interacted with now. Yes, I can't remember his name. He was slapped in his human form by what's his name? I can't remember. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. It was one of the, like an old friend, I guess, in essence, like slapped Griffith in the face.
Ricker,
I don't know.
Ricker slapped him.
Okay. Well, I don't know if that would apply though. Like if Griffith switches to Femto form, because I don't know if he still has like that special.
It's strange because when Ganeska was fighting him, when Griffith entered where Ganeska was, then his true form was shown.
Okay, So hang on a minute. Before that gets unpacked, Newham responded. Boss Femto Muyu shows how much more tools in his arsenal rather than the only way shown in the manga. Again, giant tornadoes, orbs that track you, unavoidable space-time shockwaves, black holes, etc. If he can actually create legitimate black holes, I think that just curb stomps Naruto in general at that point.
Wait, ask him. I'm gonna have to look into Berserk Musou then see if it has some crazy feats because like, there's some crazy stuff for the cosmology and like in what's it called Berserk from the
guy.
The guidebook.
I
Problem
can't
with
pronounce.
huh?
I can't pronounce that guide.
Give me a
can't-
second. Did I seriously leave my jacket?
Hang on,
The-
I'll let him get his thought out.
No, I'm not. I'm just talking about myself at the moment. I'm sorry.
No, it's
I'm
fine.
kind of a bit. I'm a bit well-
It's fine. Don't worry, man. I get it. I just want to make sure you get your thoughts out because I know certain people need to like silence in order to speak.
Okay. I am going to turn on my laptop for a moment. I'm going to dip call and look up Muso,
All right.
but at the same time, I might just be dipping for the night. So,
All right. Well,
and
if you
taking
dip,
it
well, if you dip for the night, Cyber, you have a nice night.
This
right.
is only an. Oh my fucking goodness! It's only an anime statement. He's only high.
Can Femto win versus Virgil? As if the God Hand scales to 1A, yes. If they don't, I'm pretty sure no. Because based on what Cyber was saying, they don't scale too high up. Yo, Alan, buddy. Next time that happens, you can very clearly tell he's a little bit out of it. I need you to shut the fuck up when he's talking, so that way he can get his point across. Don't make it harder than it needs to be.
I'm so sorry. Forgive me.
All right.
But yeah, he was having trouble on the record part. I just want to say it was record. That's all.
Well, if that was the only thing, I wouldn't tell you this. But you kept like every time he was trying to say something, you kept like trying to jump in. It's like the man's not all there. Let the boy finish his sentence.
Sorry.
All right. Next man. He literally creates black holes in the ground that alters the gravity around them and pulls people over and sucks them. If he can create black holes, I'm pretty sure he shit stomps Naruto then. Oh, my friend Mario left because like the power scaling was too intense for him. He's like, no, Naruto loses. I'm getting the hell out of here. Can Femto... I don't know what Femto's moveset is. If he scales to 1A, he would win. If he doesn't, I wouldn't know what his moveset is to, like, for an equalized fight. I see Jeremy Bell, too. Before I could even bust out my Uni Fisto North Star arguments. The Black Hole's Ultra Gravity seems like a fine matchup for Virgil. Yeah, but come on, guys. I don't want to read Berserk.
Zim, did you see what slime looks like?
What?
Did you see what slime looks like?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
You don't know what slime looks like?
I haven't read Berserk.
She's one of the God Hand members.
I haven't read Berserk.
Okay. Can I show you on like DM what she looks like?
No. Post it in voice
Why
chat
not?
text. You don't get to DM me pictures anymore after that one day.
Are you really on voice chat text?
Put it on stream voice chat text or admin voice chat text. Put it in the proper channels.
Okay.
I would have to see what Femto does. What kind of name is fucking Femto? I mean, I guess I don't have much room to talk, but the names of my characters aren't exactly fucking winners either, but come on. Starting to think versus Battlekeys biased with their scaling? Nonsense. What? Oh, I got scared for a wait, what the hell's going on here? Why are they, what the hell is this? Of course they absorb holy damage. That's so lame. I'm sorry. That's so lame. I don't think so. At best, Virgil has a high chance to win, and at half and half situation, I would call it a draw because neither could damage the other enough to kill each other. Okay, so basically, we should be good here. Beautiful.
But that's what she looks like.
Okay. Seems like a normal, relatively normal person. I think their ribcage is exposed, but that's fine.
I'm not sure that's a rib cage.
For anyone who read Berserk, is the girl in the God Hand, is that an exposed ribcage or not? I only go to the first battle to see what powers and abilities the characters have, not the power scaling. See, Jeremy knows what's up. That's what you use VSB for. Jeremy knows what's up. You mean Sion the succubus? That's a succubus. I guess. If you can call that thing a succubus. Must have gone to the fucking DMC reboot school of succubuses then. Dude, she literally is called the Whore Princess of the Euthrian Lake. Eutherian Lake? And you know, Newhand, I don't know if you know this, but I don't shame that sort of thing. Well, yo, that's just me. So okay. So then is she a sucky? That's so weird. Okay, but is that her rib cage or no? I'm assuming that's who Alan's referring to. If she's the member of the God Hand. These God Hands are sounding less and less impressive by the second. Dante versus Kaguya. If we're talking equalized, I'm pretty sure Dante still wins that. You could argue that maybe Kaguya's fucking, like, bones could maybe neg his healing factor.
That might not be her rib cage.
Okay.
If you look closely at it, you'll probably know what it is.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on closer inspection. These are resistant to light or no? They are not. Perfect. Wait, those are Wendigos? It's the nicest looking Wendigo I've ever seen. Nice. Oh, we can just all this one. This will be fun. Yeah, no. Like, you hear all this stuff about Berserk and shit. You hear about how good it's supposed to be, how great it is. Which lasers do you have to dodge in order to be FTL? Just normal lasers. You just have to prove the laser is... so... The laser thing is depending on the person's burden or the person's, like, standard of evidence. Because some people take, like, the term laser and are like, if you can't prove it has these properties, it's therefore not a real laser. That's more up to the individual. That'd be an individual case by case basis because I know some people like the aforementioned Cyber who was here, have like relatively high standards for lasers. Then you got people like me where it's like, if they call it a laser, you know, that's good enough for me. I think there are definitely cases where lasers aren't inherently light speed. I think so, that's fair. But, like, if it looks enough like a laser, if it's called a laser and there's no, like, reason to doubt it, like, inherently. Like, if it explodes, I'm not going to be like, oh, it's not a laser because lasers don't cause explosions. That's like a consistent thing that like happens is like if a laser explodes, it's like, oh, suddenly it's not a valid laser anymore. Hang on. Nice. I'm gonna try and get back on my fucking King of Fighters game and see if I can actually fucking play it. Well, actually, we'll go back to that one because unfortunately it crashes all the fucking time.
King of Fighters.
I don't. If you have nothing to say, you don't have to say anything. It's fine.
It sounds like an interesting game.
That is literally just you saying something to say something. It's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to comment. Oh, I forgot Kage had the Ashbone destroy people. Virgil was Kage. Yeah, so like the Ashbone might be a valid argument to make on the table. Maybe. I don't know how it works specifically.
Play Chicken Police, Zem.
I don't know what the hell that is, Alan.
It's an investigation game with anthropomorphic animals.
I'm good.
It's too much to handle?
It's not my cup of tea.
Okay. So I got a question.
Okay.
What's your opinion on the 3-act structure?
It's fine. It works.
Do you follow it well?
I don't know, maybe. That depends on what you define as a 3-act structure.
Do you acknowledge its importance?
I acknowledge that structure is important, and I think you should learn the fundamentals before you decide to break anything. Certainly.
It's intimidating.
No, it's not. The 3-act structure is actually very simple.
I have my doubts.
Alright. I'll take some time off the stream since we're not really doing much. 3-act structure. Images. Setup, confrontation, resolution. Yeah. I'm used to a 5-act structure to be more fair, but this is perfectly fine.
There's a 5-act structure?
It's technically part of the 3-act structure, but it's like technically like more specified in the 5-act structure.
I remember talking to Mangler about a 4-act structure, but I didn't know there was a 5-act structure.
What the fuck would be the 4-act structure?
Like the falling action.
That's just part of the 5-act structure. You fuckers suck!
I was talking to Mangler about this.
Then he's a fucking idiot too! I'll have to kick his ass over later! Oh my god. Buy a book! How many times have we been over this?
Then what is a 4-act structure?
There is no 4-act structure! There's basically just a 5-act structure, but no one wants to call it 5 because apparently it's too intimidating for some people.
So we skip from 3 to 5 with the 5-act structure?
No! The 3-act structure is just a simplified version of the 5-act structure!
Oh. Then what does that make the 4?
There is no... I'm fine.
Anyways, I've got like rest and all. Nice talking to you. I'll show you a little bit more of my projects later on.
Alright,
Novel 2. Good night.
I'll kill these people. I mean, in a nutshell, from the God Hand, Conrad can turn into dangerous pests. Yobiko can shapeshift to Genjutsu. Cyan has meat manipulation and regen, can become a tall. And Void, when you attack him, he can say no you. So they're just all hacks abilities then. That's all they are. I guess that makes sense. Sorry about that little writing conversation there. I just want to clarify that the act structure system is very simple. It's basically your introduction or your setup, then it's your rising action, then it's your climax, then it's your falling action, then it's your resolution. Technically, you can do it in any way you want, and you can remove certain pieces, but it's going to be kind of weird depending on what the pieces you remove are. You don't necessarily need a resolution in your novel, but it is kind of weird not to close it off. You don't need fallen action specifically. You can just like skip the following action and go straight to the resolution. That is always a possibility as well. But like you should at least learn the 3-act structure before you make any like deviations from it. And there's the first crash. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, I should try and lower down special effects. I would play this on my phone, but it doesn't actually fucking load up on my phone for some reason. I guess my phone's like too old to load this shit. I gotta start reading JoJo's Part 8. Because JoJo's Part 8 is officially coming to an end. Which is gonna be fantastic, I'm sure. Also, Samaja, I didn't respond to your comment. Yeah, no, Virgil's like way. If we're not equalizing speed, then the Naruto verse gets blitzed. That game's on, don't you? Weird. As what it sounds, yeah, I've been following Part 8 for years, but never got me hyped too much until these final chapters, or these few chapters. I went for JoJo Part 6 and agreed, DMC Speed Blitz Narutoverse. Bruh. I just want Bikini Hanukkah and Kasumi. That's all I want. I'm probably not going to get either. My own simple taste. Hang on. Let me actually go to my settings, because I've literally increased my RAM specifically. So I'm kind of confused as to what's going on here. Frame rate. Okay, let's actually try and lower my frame rate then. Well, no. So what happened is that the guy who makes JoJo's, maybe with a lower frame rate I can finally play this game effectively. It's gonna look like ass, but fuck it. Hang on. So what happened is the JoJo author at some point decided that he was going to make JoJo's a monthly manga. Because JoJo's originally used to be weekly, I think, until Part 7. I think it was near the end of Part 7, or it could have been just straight in Part 8. He made it monthly. When he made it monthly, that artificially increased the length of time the JoJo's manga went on. From what I understand, Part 9 is supposed to be the final JoJo part. Oh, you can just like see those fucking. The dip in quality is so noticeable, but like. Like the dip in quality is so bad that you can tell the frames are just so atrocious now. But you know what? At least it's not crashing anymore. That's all I wanted. We can actually do this now. Both the DMC verse and Naruto verse are planet level, but I think the DMC verse is a lot more hacks and slightly faster. Well, we scale DMC much higher than planet level, Jeremy, but I'll kill you for saying planet level. So I have this weird pet peeve where it's like, if you tell me Dante's city level, I'm fine. If you tell me he's like fucking island level, I'm fine. If you tell me he's planet level, even though I scale him way beyond like universal, I get mad, or at least I don't understand, because I don't understand where planet level comes from. Because like one of the biggest like fucking what the fuck things is, how does planet level DMC exist? That's what's always tripped me out, because like, where's the evidence for it? Araki pulled the Berserk monthly stuff when he started with 7, and I remember that when Steel Ball Run started, nobody knew it was JoJo until the stands of Berserk shit started coming out. It used to be able to fit to the solar system explosion like Star. I'm just curious what gets you planet level, because like if you don't accept the uni stuff, and if you like, I'm not too sure where you get planet level from. That's always been my contention with planet levels, like what causes planet level. Because multi-continent has like a calculable fee at least. I think it's from the DMC anime. Well, see, if you're referring to Abigail's feat, that's calc to either like multi-continent or island level, depending on who's calcing it. Abigail would be the final boss at the end of the anime. Oh, maybe I can play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually in a little bit. And then we'll switch over to Legends of Runeterra to finish it off for the night. Here. Which YGO do you have? Hello, Adrian. Good to see you. There's tons of different variants, and I got the latest, Dawn of the New Era. I'm still using Ignis. Is there a new variation of YGO? Adrian, I did hear about that blog. I have taken a look at it. It's not a very good blog in my personal opinion. Oh, fuck, hang on. They're all fucking blues. If you want, we can do a quick overview. Well, no, because I plan responding with the other guys. Is that on Ignis, or is that from a different variation? So, we did take a look at it, and we did have some very blatant issues, because the guy is being disingenuous with a lot of his statements. He's also being blatantly wrong, or outright false about certain claims he makes. Which is not a very good thing to have if you're trying to debunk Universal DMC. It's one thing to not agree, it's another thing entirely to be, like, misleading. In fact, it's kind of funny, because I think one of the points he brings up is that the questions against Kamiya are leading. I was going to ask, like, were you ever going to go read the blog to make any debunks? Because from what I've heard, some parts of the risk community are blowing up over this blog. We can take a casual look through it if you want. Has VSB been hit by it yet? There we go. SNK is a little debatable. It depends on which good it is. Okay, so so right here, ironically enough, this is kind of funny. So, Cyber, who was here earlier, actually was on VSB and actually released the Pluto variation of it. So that's kind of interesting, actually. Yeah. If you want, we can take a look at the blog. Is it? I'm letting the other guys know. Might be on auto. Yeah, I was gonna say my stream should be at least at 720p quality. All right. You guys don't. Well, you guys don't care about looking at King of Fighters, I'm sure. So we can scroll down here and take a look at this. All right. Let's break this down. Hang on. Oh, this is gonna be all right. So let's go ahead and do this. You guys don't mind, right? Yeah, you guys don't mind. All right, so this is gonna be more of a casual thing. Let me see. All right. I do plan to go over this more in depth with the rest of the guys. Right, sir. So, for seasoned Universal DMC backers, or for those who have heard of Universal DMC feeds prior to this blog, you might be surprised at the lack of Universal feeds in the actual blog itself. Okay, so this is it specifically in reference. That's fine, I'll read it out. Also, blurry? It should not be blurry. Is anyone else having this blurry problem? Okay, well, I'll still read through. So, this is in reference to Versa Battle-Wikie's blog. If you've actually watched me go over Versa Battle-Wikie's blog in the past, I did have issues with the way VSB actually got the upgrade done to begin with. Sorry, Pimp Demon. Tom World Order is still being worked on. Unfortunately, it's a little slow coming. I'll probably spend this week when I'm not streaming trying to like speed rush it, because I only plan to make Tom World Order 5 chapters. Because I don't want to make it too long, because I'd like to get it out as quickly as possible, and I'd also like to get back to work on the second novel. So it'll probably only be like 5 or 6 chapters tops. Artist Feast of Gentlemen. So one Kirby kid took on a task of helping fellow researcher. Strider! Oh, whatever. Okay, so I can't say that name for reasons. I can't say that name. Okay, so let's see what this blog says. Pluto creating the universe, merging feats, Mundus. Okay, so they outright say the short answer is no. All right, let's go break this down. We'll be using canon guides alongside all our canon material to address these canon detailed here. Let's see what that leads to. Leads to DMC canon. All right. Whatever, that's fine. The two main guides used will be the art books Precious Tears and 3124 alongside Japanese game guide for DMC1 and English game guides for DMC 1 through 3. Notice 1 through 3 here. Very important to bring this up because I believe there's a reason they don't mention 4. Okay, Pluto kind the universe. A certain passage noted by a prophet in Devil May Cry 1 tells us this. Pluto shall come on the promised day and separate heaven and earth. One with black wings of treachery shall come and stand in Pluto's way. This is in conjunction with the DMC3 manga, is used to argue a prior demon king god named Pluto split the realms and was then killed by Mundus. Seems fine. Personally, I never really... Pluto's kind of a little weird. I always thought Pluto was Mundus, but then apparently you get a statement from Kamiya claiming that Pluto is its own separate character. So, there is that. Oh, you know, actually, fuck this before... Let's close that Reddit tab before things get crazy. The issue is the manga statement already debunks as being a feat. When heaven and earth were rent asunder, a demon god with black horns emerged from the darkness. He hammered a giant spike into the earth so that heaven and earth would never again be split apart. To prevent the spike from removing itself, he chained the Undying One to it and cast an eternal seal. I don't think the DMC universe, because Dantos fights powerful demons in the demon world, and in the world he's a lot more powerful, so it's more of a battlefield amp. Okay, so you would be saying that like, in the demon world, he'd be universal then. You wouldn't say that for the human world then, right? That'd be your take on that one. Heaven in this context is the demon world, and earth potentially refers to the whole human realm. Well, it has to, because... So, the demon world isn't directly connected to... The demon world is connected, like... It's focused on earth, but DMC5 fixed this problem with confirming that human blood is the source of demons' powers. Therefore... The demons have an invested interest on the planet Earth. That's why they always only affect the Earth. But they do go after the human dimension and the human world, which is the universe. Per the statement, the realms were already split before Pluto showed up. This has not been proven. I want to clarify this right now. This has not been proven in any way, shape, or form. This is complete fucking headcanon. Furthermore, the manga reveals how the realms came to be, and Pluto wasn't involved. See, this is headcanon. This is the problem here. The world was born from darkness, unending darkness, a crucible of chaos, but even to that primordial existence there came a ray of light. The universe was actually split in two. The darkness became the realm of demons, and light became the domain of mortals. So this is the problem I kind of have here. I don't agree with Pluto existing. I don't even think Pluto is really mentioned in the manga directly. Personally, I don't think Pluto... I think Pluto's in a really weird situation if you do take him as a character. But nothing here is a contradiction. Nothing here is a counterpoint to this statement. You can just argue... hang on. The manga goes into how it was a natural ray of light. This is complete bullshit. It doesn't... The exact line right here is this. Endless darkness, a container of chaos. But even in such a world, there was a line of light. Darkness is the human world, and light is the human world. It is now referred to as a natural ray of light. The demon world was literally born from darkness. I could load up the DMC3 manga to give you the scan. There is no light whatsoever when the demon world is born, and then out of nowhere, light appears. So it's not a natural ray of light. This is being disingenuous. That split the original Dark World into two. Also, light doesn't split space that way. This is completely disingenuous. This is a leading statement here. There's really no reason why Pluto would be this ray of light, especially if he doesn't eventually separate them back again, just cause. What? No, like, that could be the promised day and Pluto separates them. Then Mundus just comes back to fucking put them back together. He also places a spike for the realms not to be separated, which contradicts DMC1 telling us about his intentions. Again, so this is the problem here, is that the spike is in clear reference to Sparta, given the context of the visuals and everything. This is where I've always had a problem with Pluto existing, because I personally believe the manga scan in question here is referring to Sparta. But no, Pluto can be the ray of light. This just isn't Pluto. He also places a spike for the realms not to be separated. It's more like he's just a destined figure to do so. No, because we already have the event that had already happened. And we also know Mundus did kill previous Demon King, so Pluto being there made perfect sense. Other issues with dialogue differences in the manga description and the game description. Manga. When heaven and earth were rent asunder, a demon god with black horns emerged from the darkness. He hammered a giant spike into the earth so that heaven and earth would never again be split apart. To prevent the spike from removing itself, he chained the Undying One to it and cast an eternal seal. I wonder who the Undying One is, because technically the only Undying One we would know of is Argosax. Pluto shall come on the promised day and separate heaven and earth. One of the Black Wings... A treachery with... The manga Pluto wants to keep the worlds together. Again, no, So again, this is VSB's problem. I'll talk completely about giving demons names of planets to the solar system is fucking metal. This is the problem here, is that you're assuming this demon god is Pluto. But no, this would be Sparta. This would make more sense as Sparta, since it's also referencing Temene Gru. Hang on. Son of a bitch. Actually canceled out there. Okay, but personally, I don't really care for Pluto. I don't think it's very, like, good. I always found it kind of weird VSB ever used that. The manga Pluto wants to keep the worlds together. Game Pluto wants to separate them. There's a negative contradiction that further complicates the legitimacy of the separation. The manga being credible to Pluto in the first place. It's quite likely any shown the manga simply isn't Pluto, given it has never stated to be him. Yeah, this is absolutely correct. Yes, this is most likely not Pluto. This right here, but Pluto could still have done this, and this not be Pluto. This could just be like Mundus or Sparta, and this would still make perfect sense. This could have been Pluto, and this could have been Pluto. Just this didn't need to be Pluto. Also, so I guess this doc here demonstrates, like, again, Pluto doesn't really matter here. He doesn't. This was strictly something VSB made to try and add a new feed in. I don't know why they did it. So that is fair, but that's still kind of weird there. So yeah, merging and separating realms, Mundus, Argos, Sax, Sparta. Here you can find the main arguments for a realm merging, DMC, and telling complete universal fusion. This is in reference to VSB's blog, which, whatever. Needless to say, once again, the very text shoots the argument in the foot. Alright, let's hear this. According to legend, a dark prince of the underworld mustered a great army of evil and slew the former god of evil. Then the overlord planned to break through the thin veil separating the underworld and the human world, uniting the land of eternal darkness with the world of light. Break through the thin veil. So for those of you unaware, there's a dimensional barrier that divides both the demon world and the human world. This is a little disingenuous, but we'll talk about this. The dimensional wall. Are we going to talk about versus Battlecamp and Bayonetta 2C next? do you guys want to? Do you guys want to do that on stream? I mean, I can talk about why I think their scaling is complete shit for Bayonetta. Specifically, not the Bayonetta being 2C is entirely crazy. But we'll talk about this. So for those of you unaware, there's a dimensional barrier that divides both the demon world and the human world. This is where context is going to matter here because this man's going to ignore a lot of context. The dimensional wall between the demon world and the human world can be said to be like a net. High-ranking demons cannot come to this world unless favorable conditions have been met due to their power, but low-ranking demons are able to easily pass through this net. This is consistent even with statements in DMC5 about the same barrier. Yeah, barrier right here. Perfect. No problems here. Messing with the barrier can cause the demon world to bleed into the human world naturally, which is supported by a DMC2 novel. In it, Dante goes to an alternate universe where Mundus succeeded with his plan to remove the barrier, and the demon world begins to... Okay, see, this is where... See, he's ignoring DMC5. Okay, so this right here got a little retconned by DMC5. The reason it's a thin veil is very important to understand here. So... DMC5 retconned Mundus' power. Specifically, Mundus got his power from the fruit, but the fruit's only able to grow in the human world. This DMC5, the fruit needs human blood to grow. When Mundus goes to invade the human world specifically, or the first time, the barrier's not really there anymore because the fruit has already been produced. Mundus eats the fruit to conquer it, but the fruit only grows with human blood. So that thin veil separating the underworld and the human world is not the same veil Sparta puts up. Because even if you want to argue that there's still a barrier there, it wouldn't be as strong because the Qliphoth tree would have had to be in the human world to grow. So what we were told by DMC manga, Mundus wanted the realms to be one. And DMC4 used the word fusions for what happened. Okay. It's not really going to help us there. For what happened, it was a chain reaction, not an actual feat for Mundus. This is actually blatantly wrong because so the problem here specifically is that we've seen how the demon world bleeds into reality. And in fact, he's actually ignoring direct context in the Mundus succeeding to remove the barrier because the demon world didn't specifically terraform the human world. Mundus did merge them, but the demon world is basically Mundus' energy at this point. This is confirmed in the novel that the bugs have been infused with Mundus' power, not demon world energy. Mundus is the heart of the demon world at this point. It's all his power by that point. But the same applied to Mundus explains actually the official translation from DMC manga so knows nothing about realm fusion, only notion to rule them as one. Yeah, these realms right now, so why not rule them as one? Yeah. For now, the dark fought to control a light and light sword. Yeah, no, there's no problems here. Hang on, let me go back. So this is more of a problem of we're not directly told, therefore it's not valid. Also, chain reaction, you have to prove that's how it works specifically, and if there is a DMC4 usage of the word fusion, then that's perfectly valid. We have no method of fusion. We have no method of fusion then, or exact time frame. Well, the method of fusion is tearing down the barrier, which we see the Demon World can do, or at least the Qliphoth can do directly. As detailed in below for Argosax and parts in the Void Mundus section, messing with the veil/barrier causes the Demon World to bleed in naturally. So there's no direct end between Ludar's fusing the realms and the AP feat. He'd have to get rid of the barrier though. Like, so the argument here, so if fusion is being used here, you have to. The problem here specifically is you have to now prove Mundus used a different a new spell or something for this to make sense. The problem is that there's no third party involved as far as we know here. It's either 1-to-1. You don't have an argument saying, okay, for argument's sake, let's say fusion did happen. So even if it's not exact time frame, the Demon World's infinite in size. That wouldn't matter. Also, no method of fusion. Well, again, their argument for the Demon World bleeding is actually perfectly fine. As long as you remove the barrier, which Sparta set up to make a stronger barrier, because, again, with DMC5's new information, that thin veil is very thin. Huh? Yeah.
I am here.
Guy's showing up a little late to the party, don't you think?
I mean, I was doing some important things.
By the way, wouldn't breaking the barrier count as a strength feat? We'll get to that, because they actually just sweep the barrier completely under the rug. And do we have any statements that the Demon World automatically merges when close to the human world? Not necessarily. So we do have a statement from Nero and DMC5 that the Demon World is taking over, but that was as a result of the Qliphoth tree forcing the merger to occur, or at least the Qliphoth tree forcing the barrier open. And we don't have a time, well, we actually do have a time frame. It's going to be over the course of, it would not be quickly, because even after a month, it's still barely doing anything. So even if you want to argue, because if they're none, then DMC4 debunks that argument.
I certainly was Pim Demon.
So I just got through the Pluto section, more or less. Because the Hellgates exist, but there's no merging at all. Oh, what were you going to say, Mangler?
Hellgates exist, but there's no merging at all. That's not how the Hellgates function. If you read Dudley Fortune, the way that the Hellgates exist is that they're basically intended to be portals. They don't merge anything. They're essentially like cheap shortcuts that allow demons to jump from the demon world to the human world. They're also only one way. They're not intended to send you from the human world to the demon world.
What he's arguing for, I think, is that based on how the Hellgates work in DMC4, because they don't naturally cause the demon world to take over, that means that the Demon Kings had to have been doing the merging. And that's correct. Actually,
I understand. Yeah, that's probably valid. I didn't think of it that way. I just would have said, why would you assume they're doing it any specific way when no specific method is mentioned, and the main way that they do this is by just clapping their hands?
I want to be clear here for a minute. Based on DMC5, if you take Nero's DMC5 statement that, the demon world is taking over, notice what happens. Next to nothing. There's no unique changes at all to anything. Compare this to DMC2 with Argosax's approach, and you see there's something very clearly different going on there. Even if the demon world can naturally take over, we see unnatural merging occur in DMC2 at bare minimum.
So the difference is that when someone is a driving force behind it, and when the Qliphoth is, because we don't have any capacity of information for the Qliphoth as its own parasitic entity. It only seems to serve the will of the person who's intending to get the fruit from it. After that, it's basically just a tree that wants to grow. So I wouldn't count that as being a reliable basis for arguing well, this is the demon world working. Whereas Argosax and Mundus have a very explicit intention to take over the human world, or at least improve their territory.
So, okay, so we just got through a thin veil thing. I did point out that DMC5 kind of retcons the thin veil argument because the Qliphoth tree had to have been in the human world and Mundus ate it. So therefore, there shouldn't really be a barrier there anymore.
What is the thin veil argument?
Basically that the thin veil was there before Sparta, that there was a veil before Sparta showed up.
I mean,
I mean, there could still be a thin veil, but Sparta put up a more stronger barrier. Like, that's why the Qliphoth tree couldn't grow either.
That wouldn't change anything. Mundus is still trying to evade during the events of 1. That argument's invalid.
Okay, the official translation for the DMC3 manga also notes nothing about realm fusion. Only notion rolled them as 1. Doesn't change anything. Also, time frame, again, like I said, doesn't matter. Demon World is infinite in size. We'll talk more about that later because they have a counter argument, or at least a complaint about it. No method of fusion does not matter because Demon, basically, their hacks are based on AP. We'll talk about that a little bit more because they lied about something a bit further on. So they're going to talk about Sparta. As for Sparta separating the realms, he does it via a seal, which is explicitly hacks and not AP. This is never proven, and this is also headcanon as well.
Also factually inaccurate. They do realize that DMC1 directly disproves the argument that seals are explicitly hacks, right? They're only considered hacks if you don't have, like, demonic power, specifically. In that a seal, like, being forced on your body would cause you to suffer side effects from demonic power. But the seal itself only worked on Mundus after he was weakened. Dante couldn't jackpot him at full strength. He had to fight a full battle with him and break his entire body down before he could hit him with a seal.
Oh, no.
That is explicitly incorrect.
Adrian, no, Adrian, you don't understand their argument, Adrian. They're arguing that Sparta was able to separate 2 universal-sized, like, dimensions with hacks and not AP. Even though his power and his items and weapons power the gates and keep the gates closed.
Even though Yamato, Sparta, and Rebellion are made from his literal strength, and it's stated he divided the power.
Didn't he do a Devil Sword Sparta? So, Sparta had a few seals. One seal sealed away his power and his sword after he sealed away the demon world. A second seal is the one in Fortuna with the sword. And then a third seal... There's a third seal, right? Oh, yeah, Argosax.
Yes, the third seal is around... Well, the third seal is with the Arcanas. If you're talking in regards to the demon world... So there's 3 seals regarding the human world. There's the Fortuna Gate seal. There's the Timonagru Tower seal, which doesn't just seal, like, his powers on one side. It also seals the demon world off from the human world.
Hang on. This is actually kind of a counter argument to them because they have the Arkham scan saying that Arkham was bent on obtaining demonic power and knew that unlocking Sparta's power would weaken the seal in the underworld. This confirms that Sparta's raw power is, like, keeping the barrier up in the demon world.
Didn't Sparta split the 2 worlds with Yamato?
We don't know how we split them.
Yamato's made from his power, though. So, it wouldn't really matter regardless.
So it's kind of like a self-counter argument there. Hang on, let's go back here a little bit. Okay. One might argue the barrier brought above is the seal, but that's contradicted by the veil existing prior to Sparta defeating Mundus, as we are told here. Again, that's not a contradiction. Like, Sparta could have just made a stronger barrier. This and also, again, this barrier wouldn't have existed based on DMC5's retcon of the Qliphoth tree, so that barrier shouldn't be there anymore, or at least it wouldn't be, like, anywhere near as strong as what Sparta did. Given this, it's likely he isn't separating anything physically, just further hacks reinforcement to prevent demons from crossing over to the human world. What? No, that's complete headcanon. Even after Sparta's sword gets removed in the timeline, the barrier gets weaker over time. Because Sparta was still, like, he was amping the barrier.
Well, as soon as... You need no more proof of this until DMC5, because as soon as he dies, it literally says Mundus' seal begins to crack and weaken.
They said the realms don't auto-merge. Oh, you're right, the realms don't auto-merge. That literally contradicts their argument that the realms merge by themselves. Because the seal's weakened, and the realms aren't auto-merging. So, okay, where's the argument for the realms merging on their own? Okay, that's a little weird. Didn't they just say Mundus and Argosax feats don't count because of the merging? Yeah, they literally said that the things were merging on their own. But apparently there's... Okay, no, hang on. I think their argument here is that even when Sparta's seal is weakened, the realms don't directly physically merge back together. So I think what they're arguing for is that there's still a barrier in place. That is true, But that barrier gets weaker as the games progress because Sparta's power left. That's why the Qliphoth tree is actually able to regrow in DMC5 because the barrier is getting weaker.
Wait, which one are we under right now?
We're under Sparta.
Which is...
The realms don't auto-merge when a seal is weakened. One might argue the barrier brought above is the seal, but that is contradicted by the veil existing prior to Sparta defeating Mundus, as we are told here. Given this, it's likely he isn't separating anything physically, just further hacks reinforcement to prevent demons from crossing over to the human world. But again, like, what kind of hacks reinforcements are we talking about here? That doesn't make any sense. Like, you have to prove that's like hacks.
It's funny how they said like all of the fact that Sparta seals are hacked, and then the next 2 sentences they claim that he poured all of his demonic energy into his beloved sword. You know what else he poured his demonic energy into? Yamato.
Sparta.
He used to seal.
There are also the fact that all the Sparta seals are hack-based. Let's talk about this in a little more detail. Sparta used his own blood, along with the blood of a human priestess, Leia's ancestor, in conjunction with his sword and a mystical amulet. Okay, so first off, none of these are like hacks. They're just items to serve as keys. They're just keys. He poured his demonic energy into his beloved sword to close the door between the realms and terminate Gru. This is literally confirmation that Sparta literally used his demonic energy to shut the door. He also used Yamato to close the Hell Gates. Again, this is Sparta's raw power, shutting the doors and closing gaps between the human world and the demon world. Physical openings, he is closing them. And the functionality of Yamato is spatial manipulation and the power to separate demons from humanity, created with the power of Sparta.
That's incorrect. The functionality of Yamato is not spatial manipulation. They are lying to you. Even its descriptions confirm it cuts through both time and space and anything. But its powers consistently are the ability to demonstrate or to create powers and abilities based on what the user desires.
Wait, hang on.
This one description consistently changes game to game for it.
I forgot about this. Okay, so apparently we are also told that Yamato was used to split the worlds. This is from DMC4, because it seems like Devil's slacking a little bit.
Yeah, I told you this like 5 seconds ago, but whatever.
I must have not heard you. Anyways, well, no, hang on a minute. If you're going to argue Yamato split the worlds, and you're going to take that at face value, Yamato is just like a third of the power of Sparta.
Well, technically way weaker, apparently.
Well, whatever. It's a portion of Sparta's power in the sword. Even if you want to argue that, like, oh, well, you know, the sword just does it via hacks. If your hacks can cut universal size dimensions in 2, if your hacks can separate universes apart, at what point does the hacks just make you universal by virtue of having these hacks?
If I could just ignore time and space, universes, realms, concepts, dreams, and literally anything I can just cut through, when does it stop becoming like just cheating? You know, when does it actually become just like literal power?
Doesn't like every single person who uses Force of Sparta get a strength buff? Everyone who touches these swords except for Rebellion gets a power amp. Even Nero gets a power amp just by grabbing the sword. If the sword can do this shit and create the physical gaps, why would you assume that's hacks? Sparta's power is in the sword. It's powered by Sparta's energy. Okay. Oh my goodness. So again, we'll talk a bit more about this hack situation, because when we get to the Beast Heads, there's a massive counter argument against it just being hacks alone. He also helped seal Argosax. No, he sent a clan to their death, and then he sealed Argosax away. Make no mistake.
You're never gonna stop telling. You're never gonna let us.
Sparta committed a genocide, and I will make sure the people are aware of the monster he is.
I saved the humans, but I couldn't save the Guardians.
No, I could have saved the Guardians. I just threw them into the fire.
I needed some meat shields to buy me some time.
Wait, I have a question. If you say that Sparta's powers maintains the barrier, the demon's power doesn't disappear until he's destroyed, that would mean that Sparta is out there? No, because Sparta gave away his power into his sword, and when the sword got removed, the barrier consistently got weaker over the course of the games.
There's also multiple barriers because the barrier that's put in the tower is specifically on the demon world to prevent demons from coming to the demon world to the human world. And they still are able to show up. They're just so incredibly weak. But after that gets removed, they're able to show up much more consistently. All the stuff involving like the demon world getting brought closer to the human world, like in DMC 1, DMC 2, happens because Arkham releases the seal on it in 3.
Okay, so I have a genuine question here. So he's now arguing the Philosopher's Stone. Why is he mentioning the Arcana? None of these seals are AP feats. Okay, so right off the bat, none of these things are Hack's items in question. The mystical amulet is confirmed by Virgil to have been a key to the demon world. These are all just keys. Yamato is literally a sword made of his own fucking power. That's one of the keys. No, this is so stupid. There's no argument against them being AP. And it actually gets shot in the foot when we get to the beast heads.
Abigail was the only Demon King that was sealed by something else.
Correct.
What? Well, actually, so if you say by something else, you mean by someone other than Sparta, you're correct. If you're talking about other than Hacks, or other than AP, that's actually incorrect. Abigail was specifically sealed by a shitload of alchemy. So, Abigail was sealed by AP, just not AP v Demonic Power. It was via alchemy. And a binding spell. So, technically incorrect. DMC Anime Demon King? Yup.
Okay, as for the infamous Argosax argument, there is more of a feat for the demon world. This is more of a feat for the demon world, not directly Argosax. We are told it's the demon world that will consume the human world. Okay. So, necessary to stop the evil and prevent the demon world from consuming our dimension. The evil in question that would cause the demon world from consuming them is Arius and Matier. Or not Matier, Arius and Argosax. So, the demon world will consume their dimension to stop the evil because Arius and Argosax are going to cause the dimension to swallow them whole.
I was about to say, is Matier finally joining the winning team because she's just salty about her Guardians getting wiped out?
When Sparta killed her family,
laugh.
she's like, revenge.
He is the strongest of Demon Kings.
Okay. Arius saying the world is already warped, everything that belongs to the devils will eventually revert to its original form, even you will betray upbringing and turn on humans, does not inherently prove that the entire universe is being warped. This is a joke. This is a joke. Only VSB took this seriously.
If you took this seriously, you're an idiot.
In general, DMC suffers from generalizing word to mean world to mean universe. This is actually completely wrong. We generalize human world to mean universe.
Hey, wait, I want to read this part for everyone to understand. Every time it is said, despite different books, manga, games, anime having different writers. Bingo, the main writer for DMC 3, DMC 4, and DMC 5, writes the stories for DMC 3's manga, for Deadly Fortune, which is 4's novel, for 5's novel, Before the Nightmare, and for Visions of V. So, I don't know under what basis that statement was being made, but that is factually inaccurate. They are lying to you. They're making this point.
Also, the only originally effect of the island the game takes place in, this is because this is all the game cares about. This argument is completely garbage. So, this argument is basically, we didn't see it, therefore it didn't happen. You might have noticed this is the same thing that happened with Sparta earlier.
I guess Goku's not universal, because we never saw him destroy a universe.
Things have got... Okay, so I want to talk about this. So, we are directly told it's only affecting the island. No, this is not what this is saying. I'm going to read the statement to you and explain that that's not what it's saying. This is how they're interpreting it, but that's not what it's saying. Things have gotten extremely weird in the southern township of Vita Mali. I want to point out this is from an official game guide, which is talking about the mission itself and where you're at. Has they ever been gone over? No.
If it got to the Savior, it comes late. I might stick around only for another 50 minutes or so.
No, it shouldn't take too long. So, the problem here is their argument is that because the guidebook states only the area the player would be participating in, as in the only part the guidebook's concerned with, that's only happening there. But that's completely false, because again, even if you want to assume that the southern part of the town is being affected, the actual ritual that would be causing this to happen is in the middle of the fucking city, way farther down the island. Why would only this part be affected, even if you want to argue the entire island? The entire town has been warped by the approach to the demon world in a vicious infinite cycle. Doesn't the statement of the world is already warped debunk that claim? Yeah, but the world already warped is kind of a weird one because, like, so here's the thing. If you take it seriously, you have to assume that the demon world is already consuming the human world, but we don't get evidence of that. Yeah, what's this? No, nothing good.
I mean, it's entirely possible it can be warping, like, an area where it's having an assertion. They do realize that, like, DMC, Legacy of DMC from DMC4 confirms that the dimension where he's, like, sealed away is in Vito Marley, right? So when the demon world shows up, it's emerging from a point in space where the island is. So it would make more sense for that area to be warped first among all of the other areas. Also, when the portal finally opens, it's in Vito Marley anyway. So, even if we weren't seeing all the stuff happening all over the world, you would assume the most chaos is occurring in Vito Marley anyway.
Also, DMC5 kind of retcons this this a little bit, or like kind of debunks this, because in DMC5, despite the demon world only being open for a shorter amount of time at a slower progression rate, we learned that demons are affecting the entire world by this point. What's going on in DMC2 is a much faster approach to the demon world, because these 4 globes they're referring to, I hate all this. So they're not telling you what the 4 globes do. They say activate to open a gateway out of this warped version, but they're leaving out important information. The way the gateway is opened is by dragging the demon world as close as you can to the human world without merging them.
Actually, hang on. Why don't I make this super easy on them? Sec. I actually have the scans for what that looks like.
Like they are.
Would you guys like to see them?
They are deliberately like leaving out context here.
Yes. Hang on. It should be right here.
Mangler, I can almost not hear you. Here, let me try and higher the desktop audio a little bit.
Here we go. So the statement for the mission is 4 lights will open the door to the future and to the past. And it specifically says, you can feel the movement of the demon world intensifying to the extreme. You need to release 1 more powers in order to reach the demon world. That is the exact statement given by it. And I can send the scans if you want.
So, I can vouch for Mangler, and if you've seen my DMC2 streams where I did all the secret missions, you can also confirm that as well. But make no mistake, right here, they're leaving out information. They are leaving out very important information to what the globes do specifically. Also, again, this could be affecting the entire universe. It doesn't specifically state it's not. The game is specifically focusing on the area the player is in. It's not specifically saying that the entire area is not being affected. So that's being disingenuous.
This is an omission argument, which is empty. Essentially saying because it isn't providing specific context or something, therefore it doesn't mean that interpretation. That is a baby argument.
If
this is
you
a baby
are fine with the... Oh, good.
Well, I was going to say, what I define a baby argument to be is an argument where you need to be told that something specifically is happening a specific way, and it's headcanon to assert literally anything else. This basically assumes that all stories or every piece of information is written in an incredibly blatant and obvious way. That is just not how fiction works.
Yeah,
or writing in general.
5 does state it was affecting everywhere. Yeah, because again, that's just confirmation, but that would be a slower demon world approaching. What's going on here is much faster and much quicker.
It's also not being created by a Demon King.
The appearance of Phantom in DMC2, or a Demon King level opponent, we'll say. The appearance of Phantom in DMC2 is used to argue the entire timeline is being affected by Argosax. The effects are shown not only to affect the island, but are stated to be the work of the demon world, not Argosax. No, so here's the problem. This is where they're being disingenuous again. The demon world never acts like this. The demon world in no other point in DMC has never acted like this. It doesn't act like this in DMC 1. It doesn't act like this in DMC 4. It doesn't act like this in DMC 3. And it doesn't act like this in DMC 5. The only fucking difference in all those examples from the demon world's opening there and this one, besides DMC 1, is Argosax himself is involved. All the weird shit going on is a direct result of Argosax's involvement. Argosax's involvement is further put into question by one of the art books, which states it was Arius who warped the island and opened a door to the demon world. Let me take a look. And his Arius reach has now spread to Maria Island as well, where his efforts to release a sealed Demon King are disguised as innocent corporates. He manages to warp space on the island and open a door to the demon world. Yeah. Wait, well that would just be space though. That wouldn't be the time shenanigans either. That's not a contradiction. And also, Arius is actually a pretty powerful character if you actually look in the lore of DMC, but whatever. What would I know?
I was gonna say that if we're going, just to add to that, if we're going over the games, they do realize that DMC 3, there's a portal open to the demon world for a good couple hours, and nothing is happening to the world except for a couple blood goyles come out. Whenever we see an instance of the demon world being opened by like a demon king or a demon king level threat, there is an immediate difference between a portal just being open.
Wait.
If there's ever any forces or military that's backed by it, there is a significant difference in the demon world's approach.
Wait, didn't Arius need a ritual to open the portal? Yes, but they're forgetting one key detail, and I don't think they mention it here. The actual ritual to release Argosax was never completed. Dante fucks up the ritual, and Argosax still breaks open the barrier.
Yup.
Yeah,
He uses the wrong coin. He literally brings the incorrect coin to fake the Arcanas. And Arius is like, what? You fucked up the ritual.
The same art book confirms that only the island is in danger. Let me see here. He plans to use artifacts to awaken Argosax, who's currently sealed in the Demon World, and use Demon King's power for himself. Matia has Dante help her protect the island, so he begins searching for the Arcana as well. This is a blatantly bad argument. Because the portal was at the end of the game, and the world was already warped. Sorry if I'm bringing that line again, but that debunks this entire point. Dude, you don't even need that. These points right here. This right here is complete bullshit. Matiere only cares about protecting her island because that's where she protects it. This is not an indication that only the island is in danger. No, yeah, this is literally just, again, omission. What? So are you going to tell me that Arius is just going to destroy the island afterwards or take it over and then he's done? Really? The big-time CEO of a multi-continental corporation is only going to stop at the island, guys.
Also,
problem solved.
Montier has also confirmed that like port cities and areas like Vito Marli and Fortuna are already closer to the demon world. So like, if you're gonna say that from an area where the demon world already has an advantage to invade, that they're just gonna stop there, that seems kind of like bullshit.
Yeah, that's so fucking stupid. So again, these arguments are not specifically saying that the island is in danger. All these things they're pointing out that say only the island is that it's only the focus of the character or the player. The town is fucking being warped. That's where the mission takes place. That's what the player cares about. The fucking island is in danger. That's all Matier cares about. And gain Lucia Lade.
You heard it here. Apparently Goku is not star level because we never see him blow up a star. By virtue of omission, he can't be star level. It doesn't matter who he fights. Remember that. Anyway, continue.
Alright, hang on. I have to respond to somebody. Let me see here. Hang on. Let me see this. All I'm saying, do we need to have every game be like Resident Evil 6 where we show every single part of the world being fucked? Actually, for these people, yes. It says to help the island because the source of Hellgate. Dante wouldn't go fishing in the Pacific Ocean for demons if the source of the Hellgates is on the island. That's like a lion only stopping at the face when they eat it. No, yeah, this one in particular, the last one, is completely fucking garbage. The only argument in support of Argosax being connected to what is occurring is that it literally breaks the barrier when the ritual fails. Wait, hang on. The ritual is incomplete from where to go. So Argosax, you can literally just say, did all of it to like fucking just make Arius believe it was working.
Or again, he was running along with it because someone was already going to break him free anyway. And then when he fucked up, he's like, well, guess I got to step in.
Fucking Thanos Gauntlet, I'll do it myself.
And we don't even have to argue this is an assumption. Arius gets the power of Argosax. After the ritual's broken, he gets possessed. His
Yeah.
literal description is possessed Arius.
Yeah, no, Argosax was like fucking. Argosax using his infinite precog, which is actually not a joke because of Beast Heads, is just over here playing 5D chess, and Dante's like, I only play checkers. That's literally everything that's going on here.
Dante just like, I only play checkers.
Your chess rules don't apply to me! I'll jump over all your pieces!
Can't play the game if I flip the board.
If we are to believe Argosax was involved, he was. It would need to have first messed up with the dimensional barrier between. It would first need to have messed with the dimensional barrier between the barriers. It did. Oh, hang on.
Dante played chess in 3. He's a bit rusty.
Abyssgo, whose document is this? Just some random guy who may or may not be familiar with someone we know who was named directly in the first thing. Apparently, a guy named Kirby Kid. So far, these arguments are not specifically anything that's going to convince anyone who believes in, like, Uni DMC otherwise. They're not the worst arguments I've... The first one was pretty...
I mean, for the amount of evidence that's presented, these are probably the worst arguments I've ever seen for someone trying to convince
I've been in this fight for, like, 5 years... And I will say for the record, these arguments are slightly better than 2016 versus BattleWiki. Slightly better. If I was even around by 2016, I might have been a bit later.
I think I don't give them as much credit because I wasn't arguing with people back then. But my main thing is the sheer quantity of evidence. It's not the quality.
Okay.
Like they bring all of this information,
So,
and it's just getting worse
This
as
is
it
where
goes.
This is where VSB actually brings up the fact that even if you want to argue that he didn't cause it, which he did, or at least he would have, since the ritual was incomplete from the fucking start, technically, Argosax is sustaining all the weird shit on the island until he dies, because it only changes back to normal. The only thing that changes is the color of the sky, showing the sea as ending. That's all you need. That's all the proof you need.
He's still one Mangler. I mean, technically the chessboards could have cheated, but
if we are to believe that Argosax was involved, it would need to have first messed with the dimensional barrier between barriers. Nothing wrong with that. Which is a chain reaction as the realms merge naturally then. No. They also merge incredibly fucking slowly. The tree was awake for over a month in DMC5, and that shit was barely getting to work.
it's bad when you source material and it contradicts your arguments. Top level Fs.
Argosax!
This is kind of what happens when you make a lot of claims, like stating that, I mean, if we went to the first section, people trying to explain that the ray of light works this way, and then it's just like, hey, there's a first page on the official description that confirms the world is born in darkness or something. That might have a problem with your argument.
Argosax!
Maybe the fact that you guys unofficial translations from Capcom that are not official translations from Capcom, unofficial translations from fluent speakers and arguing that they take priority over the official English. Bad arguments, What are those?
Wait. Argosax dying would stop the dimensional tampering, thus ceasing the effect. Again, that would be him to stay. It's not an actual AP feat. What? How is it not AP? It's Argosax's power sustaining the... Even if you want to argue, Argosax is sustaining these like merging. He's sustaining them, keeping them close. He would still be sustaining all the weird shit. Argosax's death literally pushes the realms back. At what point does all this quote-unquote hacks just start counting as AP? But
I
we'll
do
talk about that.
realize the portal to Argosax's dimension closes after Dante defeats him, right? Right?
No, Mangler. Apparently the demon world's just like, oh, I'm sorry, you said no. Let me step back. I'm going to respect your boundaries, human world.
So did they just assume the demon world just stayed open for like another day?
Okay, I want to clarify something here. This is technically G1. I don't know how they are affiliated with that group mentioned. Do not mention that group again.
Never again.
Don't mention that group. But, wait. G1 DB team blogs? Oh, no. I think this is just a fan site, though. I don't know what this is, but I know it's popular. I think this might just be a fan site.
Can we just skip the Arius thing? Like, we kind of already went over this.
Hang on. They want to bring up sacrilege. Creates a distortion that is used to bring a demon world closer to the human world? Yes. But that's only for a specific area, though. The sacrilege is shown to only work in a specific area. Also, Arius didn't. Also, Arius how many times doesn't matter. 100% a fan site. It's a blog zam. Okay, so it is a fan site. All right, cool. No one say anything otherwise to the contrary. I don't want any trouble. Besides whoever's making this, by all means, fight me. They're in bad faith. I also want to point out when they're like Arius did it. Arius literally calls Argosax all powerful. I think he even says the Almighty or all powerful Argosax.
He refers to him as the immortal Argosax, and also calls him all powerful.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter who's doing it. Arius would still suck Argosax off for power.
Arius literally made it his dream to gain Argosax's power, and he wanted to become king of the world with it. He was literally crying like a man baby when the ritual fucked up.
Mangler, show some respect. The man was going through a lot.
Even if you assumed it was Arius that was responsible for warping space and bringing the demon world, you would automatically assume Argosax was capable of blatantly superior feats on a casual level.
Hang on. This would be consistent being stated. Demons use a Terran space to cross over to the island. I believe that's from... Yeah, okay, that's fine. It is all stated in the English DMC2 guide. Dante was called to seal a rift between both the world that had been forced open by Argosax. This is all consistent with Arius having tech/spells that can cause dimensional BFR. He has a spell, but we see how the spell works. We also see how the BFR works as well. So that's not what the space thing is that's going on the island.
That statement is that's kind of a little bit of a lie there. It's not a Terran space; it's a Terran space-time. Bit of a difference there.
All right, fair enough. In short, Argosax did not merge any realms. He did. It was Arius who opened the rift. Even if he did, that would still scale the Argosax. In which the demon world began bleeding to the human world. It didn't. We literally shove it. Going back to this scan. Okay, so he's going back to the 4 lights. Let's see this. Let's see this. The lights saying the movement of the demon world is intensifying isn't referring to the entire demon world literally moving, but rather it's referring to Dante being able to leave the distorted space in Mission 16.
Are they referring to?
You can feel the movement. World intensifying to the... So they're saying that, you know the direct statement the balls give you, that the demon world is moving, like it's moving the demon world? You know that statement, Mangler, from the balls, the one you were talking about?
Yup.
They're saying it isn't referring to the entire demon world literally moving, but rather it's referring to Dante being able to leave the distorted space in Mission 16.
Well,
Yes.
So just to be clear, they haven't talked about the Seven Samurai, have they?
I think they'll touch on that a little later. I think I saw that a little later. Yes, you're right. Dante is going to be able to leave the distorted space by dragging the demon world kicking and screaming closer to him. We are told the activation of the last one would let Dante access the demon world. Wait, so Dante will be able to reach the demon world after 3 orbs tell us he's dragging the demon world closer to him.
Not good enough, apparently.
Apparently, direct statements do not exist.
Wait, is that my scan?
4 lights will open the sealed door, but will also invite the creepy to play. Again, 4 lights will open the door to the future and the past. Yes, because the demon world can interact with both the future and the past. This isn't a counter argument. This doesn't contradict. The statement literally says the demon world is moving closer. The approach is getting closer. That's literally what it says.
Come a little closer.
I can load up DMC2 right now. Narratively, it also consistently stated they open a door or make a portal, which is strangely consistent with what Sacrilege does as well. Isn't that just a gameplay thing? The door opening? Well, that's like a scripted event we deal with. Again, okay, so they argue that because it states to open a door or make a portal, that it doesn't move the demon world. But that's not. There's no any actual movement of the demon world would be partially bleeding in of it, dude. No, because you can bring the demon world closer without fully merging them. Any actual movement of the demon world would be partial bleeding of it into the dimensional barrier being messed with, not the entirety of it. The demon world's already bleeding in at this point. There's no counter argument. Narratively, it also wouldn't make sense for Argosax to have merged the realms, as that would mean he would need to undo Sparta's seal. Well, even if he... Well, no, because he could still be merging them, like, without undoing Sparta's seal. We know from DMC 4, and he put a $sign instead of 4. It's still intact years after DMC 2. That's a different Hellgate. That's not the same thing. So no, Argosax did not merge the realms. I mean, he was going to, though. He was sustaining the merging, and he was also, like, it was brought closer. No. Yeah, it means DMC 4, but they didn't fucking check that. That's so fucking infuriating. Also, Arius would know about all the shit on his island, including those fucking balls that can drag the DM world closer, and Argosax would scale above them because everything Arius knew, he was under the impression Argosax was literally an all-powerful god in comparison to everything in that game. And, well, then Argosax is like, hey, I got the power of every demon. And, ho, boy, cuckoo, beast head's over here.
That Arius at this point scales above all of Mundus's generals, as Phantom is literally ripped out of the past via time paradox that's caused by Argosax, who scales above Mundus at the point, who can just yank you out of space and time as a whole, as confirmed by Two's novel. And Lucia beats the living shit out of him. And just the mission prior, she fights Arius and can't do anything to him.
Okay. I also want to clarify here that this line right here, the ritual activated because of me, is in direct reference to the moon moving in. So the start of the ritual is what causes the eclipse to happen. It was like this coming prior. No. Arius did not plan for a solar eclipse to occur. It specifically says in their own scan. In their own scan, they're saying that the process of making the... Right here. Every hero has weakness, but the ritual is activated because of me, and then it shows the solar eclipse. This means that this solar eclipse is not natural, which means that, again, Argosax would scale above it. Arius tries to obtain the Arcana in order to release Argosax, take his power, and become a god. The Arcana are 4 holy relics used to seal Argosax. By uniting them at the solar eclipse, a gate to the world will open. This is confirmed in game. We haven't told Sun is completely eclipsed, but how are you going to enter the build? Again, we don't see the eclipse ever appearing at any other point in the game. It's never even mentioned at any other point in the game. In fact, Matier doesn't even tell you earlier on, Dante, you have to hurry before the solar eclipse happens, otherwise we're all fucked. Now, obviously, she would have worded it a little differently. What the ritual is incomplete with Door Doom World is, once you hit to Doom World, you never to turn. The following arguments you justify the move. Wait. This final part right here, the ritual is incomplete. This supports Argosax tearing open the barrier and coming in. A gate to Demon World will open. The ritual wasn't done. That gate was opened by Argosax.
That's the real hacks, is performing a seal that works despite all the prerequisites. That was what the fact was. Seals that work, whether they actually work or not.
Okay, hang on. All right, so apparently the moon's getting closer. Well, there's the moon.
What's the power, guys?
So the moon is moving apparently according to midday, and it's the only position we know the moon to mission 9 for Lucia. Okay, so they're claiming that the moon was moving prior to. In mission 10 for Lucia, mission 14, we see the moon and sun are suddenly in the position. What position? Ads. No. Please, ads, have mercy. I like how I pop up for my own recommended.
The manga section was better than this garbage.
Yeah, ad block. Okay. Despite the sun not being visible literally minutes prior due to it being night and suddenly the eclipse is happening, the sky is no longer red. Fully addressed here as the response is too long for this section. Alright, so we have something else. So it seems they're really staking an argument for the moon itself. The idea of sun and moon combined. So they're talking about the art book itself. Oh, well, they acknowledge Argosax has limitless energy. That's kind of... I didn't think they'd go that far.
Wait, what?
They acknowledge Argosax has endless energy.
Why wouldn't they assume he could output it?
Apparently,
he
they just
did
claim he
when
doesn't run out of energy. Okay.
They do understand that demons manifest powers and abilities based on what they desire, right? Right? So if he has endless energy, he
Okay.
could just choose to use it all at once.
I want to
if
clarify
he-
something here right now. Oh, hang on, you go finish.
If he has endless energy and he desires to conquer the human world, which I'm assuming he wants to because his description literally confirms that he's invading the human world and that he was sealed away by Sparta, I can just argue he'd be using that energy to warp the human world.
Okay, so the moon being visible like that doesn't really mean that there can't be a natural solar eclipse, but the game's very clearly implied this is not a natural occurrence. I think that's being very disingenuous. It's like the sun just wasn't visible either. It's a pretty cloudy day. That's bullshit. You literally showed the moon could be seen through the fucking clouds. Lying already. A few hours is enough time for the moon to move a decent distance. Prove it moved the actual distance. The moon visibly moves thousands of kilometers in a few seconds during the unsealing of Mission 17. By this logic, you could argue every eclipse in fiction is ever caused by something and is therefore an AP feat. This is disingenuous as hell. This is complete fucking no. There's very clear reason for why this would be not like fucking no. This would very clearly be unnatural. You generally have to assume that the time frame isn't literal for stuff like this. Oh, all of a sudden it's not literal. I made generalization because that's such a common thing in fiction. Again, every eclipse is animated like this, DMC included. Again, DMC. In this particular situation, we have enough reason to assume this shit is not natural.
I love how they're just assuming it's completely normal for a solar fucking eclipse to happen right on the day that a sorcerer, a CEO of a corporation turned sorcerer, is like trying to bring a completely different universe into another universe.
And this
And
also was never mentioned beforehand as an important step to the project or anything, as far as I'm aware.
It's never mentioned, never talked about, even though all the other details, regardless of what you say about DMC2, the Arcanas are talked about in detail, like their locations, everything about how we need to go and find them. This part, the solar eclipse, is never mentioned in any capacity by the game or by anyone there. So you just have to be arguing like a set piece of artwork has no degree of information given to it until it's actually happening.
Alright.
That's fucking stupid.
Alright, boys. It's time for the real good shit. The creme de la creme. The Mundus.
Dude, what is that model?
That's in-game PS2 graphics, mainly.
He looks ugly as hell.
There's not a single guide or character comment that says the place this fight takes place in is created by Mundus. That's true. I was gonna say, are you skipping Mundus? No, don't worry. Don't worry. We're too far in. It's too late to go back now. Okay, it's guides and characters comments that say just the opposite. As Mundus flapped his wings, the temple instantly lost its existence and the world was enveloped in a sea of stars. Only the two sides were facing each other in the vastness of space. Okay, that's not stating he didn't create it. I already talked about this with someone else, but the below image offers the two different translations of this guide page. It's from the Japanese guidebook. Unleashing the magic power from the profound field of his mind and body, Dante transformed his body into a demon. He kicked the ground and took off into the infinitely expanding dark sky. Infinitely expanding, so it's infinite dimension. In his deep diamond eyes, he only saw the gray figure of the demon emperor. In a realm beyond human comprehension, a legendary battle has now begun. Zip. Unleashing his magic from the deepest places of his mind and body, Dante transformed his body into a demon. He kicked the earth and took off into the dark that stretched endlessly. In that crimson evasion, the only reflection of the demon emperor's dark gray figure in his crimson aperture, in the mirror realm beyond human knowledge, a legendary battle has now begun. The realm that Dante or Mundus are in is described as either a realm beyond human comprehension or a mirror world beyond human knowledge. So, big mind explosion reveal. This description is referring to the demon world. No, it's not. And we'll talk about that. Just let me finish this paragraph.
Correct. They are already in the demon world at this point. You were literally in the demon world for 3 missions. You are a fucking idiot if you actually think this. You literally there's a mission called enter I believe it's enter the underworld or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck.
mission 19 I think is called Enter the Underworld.
Yes. What you do at the end of the mission? Can you guys guess?
I don't know, Mangler. I
You
don't
walk
know.
portal, and you're in the demon world at that point.
I also want to clarify something as well. This actual scan they put beforehand, I don't think they realized that this counters their next scan because it says the temple lost its existence and the world was enveloped in a sea of stars. So the temple or the demon world they were in is gone to them.
It has lost its existence,
And that contradicts them still being in the demon world then, because they're no longer in the demon world. The demon world has lost its existence, or at least the part they were in has lost its existence.
And if you think the world is enveloped in a sea of stars, what do I have to state specifically that it's being created?
Mundus,
What do you think is
apparently,
happening?
I have to say, Mundus flapped his wings, creating a universe, and the temple instantly lost its existence as the realm was enveloped in a sea of light bulbs.
Like, holy shit, how do these people actually think a person writes stories? Like, do they have to just write everything is super blatant, super obviously? Like, they have a spoon stuck in their mouth?
Alan, that's
Like-
not going to be a problem.
Jeez. How stupid do you have to be?
Okay, so not some world that Mundus created, but the demon realm itself. These descriptions beyond human comprehension actually fall in line with our descriptions of the demon world. The power of the demon world can warp the minds of men and stop the hands of time. In the time between seconds, reality is not what it seems. The dark forces can bend passages that once led to destinations into circles of infinite confusion. The hunter must seek and activate the key post of the demon realm. Okay, so right off the bat, let me break this down. This is referring to the power of the demon world, but again, more specifically, Argosax's effects of the demon world, because again, this never occurs naturally in any of the games we see it in, and I think DMC1's novel does have something to support the warping of the minds, as well as DMC2's novel, but stopping the hands of time is completely fucking unique.
Well, as DMC3's manga, at least from basic demons, can literally, like, just by touching them in their sealed states, they can destroy your minds.
But then we know, might be thinking, how do we know this is the demon realm and not another realm? The thing about the demon realm, which is supported in the above image, is that the demon realm is made up of a bunch of circles, dimensions of hell. What above image? What above image?
Wait, are they referring to the circles of infinite confusion as, like, actual spaces?
Oh, that's trash. That's literally referencing you're stuck in a loop. Circles, dimensions of hell. Wait, so they agree that demon world has multiple dimensions?
Wait. If they think there's a bunch of circles, if they actually hold up a minute, if they think it's a bunch of circles, they're incorrect about that meaning like locations. But if they think that scan means those are actual spaces and it says infinite confusion, wouldn't you assume they're infinite in size?
No, it does reference. The DMC1 guidebook does. We just hit infinite insights. The DMC1 guidebook does state it's the Demon Emperor space. It does give this a different name. I already looked at it earlier, and I'm pretty sure Kyle already provided the scans for that himself in the Discord server.
Let's see. Burial is the king of one of these realms. That's technically not correct. Burial is the conqueror of the fire hell. He doesn't lead it. He just, well, I mean, I guess he technically took it over.
I mean, I guess like you would call him a king by omission, basically.
Yeah, a king by. Wait. They don't believe in omission. Fuck them. He's not a king. He's not a king.
Furthermore, the Japanese Giga says Dante is transported to this realm. After meeting Mundus here, he is sent to the Demon Emperor space heaven and enters the battle with first time Mundus. All translation: after meeting Mundus, you'll be transported to the Demon Emperor space heaven for the first fight form of Mundus. Okay, so this is the problem I had to bring up. None of these are contradictions to Kamiya's statements, but they'll talk about Kamiya's statements. Don't worry. But again, the demon realm, the demon world is not beyond human comprehension. Go back to that last line. You will be transported to the Demon Emperor space heaven to fight the first form of Mundus. Nico! I wanted the 7 Halo rings from Halo supposed to represent the 7 layers of hell. Well, if I recall correctly, the only 7 layers of it literally said you'll be transported to the Demon Emperor's space. Well, no, apparently Mundus just has a fucking universe lying around in the demon world or an infinite-sized dimension. Apparently
That's completely fine, but if you accept that, you have to accept moons can create infinite-sized bodies. They don't want to accept that, so it's just a random universe he has access to in the back pocket.
Apparently, Mundus's throne room, which is confirmed to be the area he chills out in his own actual temple, even with DMC2's alternate universe Mundus. This is very clearly his favorite fucking place to be. Apparently, he just has another place that has nothing. No, that's inconsistent with his character. Also, these are not contradictions. But going back here for a minute, Nico, Arius, Chan, fucking Agnus, Arkham. These are all humans who could comprehend the full extent of power in the demon world. They could comprehend the demon realm itself.
And Alan sealed away a Demon King that was stated to be on par with the original Demon King. And he did it with just fucking alchemy. What do you mean this is beyond human comprehension?
Yeah, make no mistake. If you want to assume that the realm beyond human knowledge or human comprehension is the demon world alone, there are like 6 humans who directly contradict that in the story. Over the course of the series! Not just one game! Can Kirie and Patty also comprehend? You could also argue Burial can comprehend, since she has statements about demon's power and understanding how demon power works to an extent.
She also went to the demon world.
And survived. And she could slightly comprehend Void Mundus' battle with Dante. Slightly.
No.
Slightly.
She was just like, slightly. I have no idea.
Very slightly. This is the... Okay, here we go. After Mundus explodes in this world, Dante just kind of reappears in the back of the tower. Back in the tower. He's not in a fucking tower.
Did they play a game? Why?
Alright, because I covered DMC1. When they go back to the quote-unquote temple entrance, this is a complete realm full of light in the demon world.
Alright, Adrian.
It was stated to be seeped in endless darkness in the realm of the demons. But I just want to kind of say, how do you misspell throne room into tower? That is impossible.
Patty did find Dante hanging on the cross. No, apparently Patty couldn't comprehend the cross because the demon world is apparently beyond all human comprehension. But later Mundus rips through a hole all fucked up from exploding and says the gate has been opened. Yes, because Dante opened the gate to get to the human world. He opened the door. And if he came from the same dimension he just fought Dante in, then that means the gate he just opened is from the demon world, as was his goal the entire game. Mundus can... Wait, Mundus' servants are on the island! If his goal was to open the fucking door, Nello Angelo could have done that! Any of them could have done that!
Wait. So, if Mundus' throne room isn't in the demon world, according to them, where the fuck is Mundus during the events of 1?
Wait. Are they... No. So they're arguing that Mundus was left behind in his dimension.
Which is
where Dante fucking clapped his cheeks. And they're saying...
where is that dimension located if it's not in the demon world?
Apparently according... Well, so here's the thing. This is actually kind of a bit of a trash argument, because if Dante reappears back in the tower, or the tower, why would you assume Mundus didn't just reappear back in the demon world somewhere? There's no counter-argument to that. Like, if Dante randomly gets back, why can't I just say the same for Mundus? That doesn't mean his dimension was the demon world. And also, yes, technically the dimension is in the demon world because he made a dimension inside his fucking throne room, which is in the demon world.
The demon world has more than one space-time, you stupid fucks. Characters can create dimensions inside of it and it doesn't cause inconsistency.
Okay. The gate has been opened. It is argued that the sigils he uses here are what he uses exclusively for dimensional travel, but they are most likely to bypass the barrier between the worlds, meaning the favorable conditions he needs to cross over. Bullshit. The barrier's already gone. The portal's open on Mallet. The portal's open on Malaya Island. This is complete bullshit. he would not need the sigils to bypass the fucking barrier. And if he could bypass the fucking barrier with sigils, why didn't he do it earlier?
Wasn't feeling up to it.
High-ranking demons cannot come into this world unless favorable conditions have been met due to their power, but low-ranking demons are easily able to pass through. The entire net is gone. I opened the fucking door for him.
I love how they just post the scan of the Japanese guidebook, but they don't post a translation of it. They just say, here's what it translates to, and then send you to a link of the Japanese version, as if I could read the fucking text.
This is consistent with this statement saying that Dante sealed Mundus. He also sealed a breach between both realms. But that would be via AP, though. One argument for creation is that the stars appear after the portal opens behind Mundus and not immediately present. Looking at the scene, there's really nothing to indicate this. I literally sat down and had to fucking hold someone down and force them to look at this again. This is completely wrong. More stars appear as the effect expands across the room, but going off the interpretation that it's a portal, that's not what portals look like in DMC, and not even in DMC 1 when he creates the fucking sigil portal. This is because those stars were obscured by the edge of the portal. They weren't. No, this is actual fucking bullshit. I had to sit someone down for like fucking 40 minutes and prove to them it wasn't there. There are enough open spaces around Mundus before that portal expands, quote-unquote portal, for the stars to be there. Complete bullshit. There's a glow effect just within the outer rim of it, and the only blank spaces or areas covered by that effect. Complete bullshit. Complete bullshit. And became visible as it got wider. I'm sorry if I'm a little more excited there, but I literally sat someone down and like fucking had to fucking hold their hand through that one. Now on to Kamiya tweets portion of this argument. Alright. Oh, I'm down to 6 viewers. The audience retention. No. This is taking a lot longer than I realized. The real big issue from Kamiya saying universe is that multiple versus debaters are literally putting suggestive phrasing and words in his own mouth. For those not in the know, these are typically referred to as leading questions, where a person will ask something in such a way that they will get their desired answer regardless if it is or is not.
This is not a leading question. The question is, during DMC 1, Mundus performs a feat where he seemingly creates stars and constellations. Is this accurate? Thus, premise being, he's asking for confirmation about what Mundus is doing in this situation. What he's doing. And Kamiya's response is universe.
So this is...
There's no leading question there. They're literally lying. Fuck them.
So Mingler is correct there. I do agree. And I'm pretty sure the other people agree too. But this one might be a little more fair up into interpretation slightly. The problem is that Kamiya is consistent about saying universe in other answers and retweeting this answer to people who ask the same question. When you say a leading question, if I were to ask, let's say, the writer of Dragon Ball Z, was Goku going to destroy, was like Majin Buu going to destroy the universe? If he says yes, I don't see how that's a leading question. Because, yes, I'm asking for if a universe is going to be destroyed, but the author can tell me no. And also, I want to point something out here. Kamiya did not have to say universe. Kamiya could have just said yes to stars and constellations. They did not put universe in to lead Kamiya on.
Universe is Kamiya's answer. He doesn't even... He just asks if Mundus is creating stars or constellations. So the guy was probably just asking, hey, is he able to make like multiple stars? And Kamiya's just like, universe.
I want to throw us out here for just a solid minute. Right here, notice how he says, this action is a backfire. This Kamiya not only has a reputation for being a massive Twitter troll, only on occasion, of course. He's not going to mention what occasions, but whatever. But he doesn't say he created a universe or Mundus created a universe. He just says universe. Yes, because the person is already saying that something is being created. Kamiya does not need to add, he is creating a universe, because Kamiya is not expecting the guy to be a fucking idiot.
Also, he retweets this in the following tweets. This guy says, did Mundus create a universe in Devil May Cry, or was it just like an illusion in the demon world? And then he retweets his original answer.
Oh, well, fuck, I thought it was everything.
So, have they even at any point talked about the Samurai yet?
Nope. Kyle, nope.
Hang on. And then there's another one that says, so are you saying did he create a universe? His answer, read my answer again.
Okay. Okay. Non sequitur. A non sequitur is a conclusion or reply that doesn't follow logical from the previous statement.
Wait.
Let
I got
me-
one.
Let me
I got
ask
one.
you a serious question to anyone watching this, and just during DMC1, Mundus performs a feat where he seemingly creates stars and constellations. Is it accurate? And then Kamiya responds with universe. Is that completely separated and devoid of any connection to the previous question? Also, which I love how they say universe is a non-answer. No, it isn't. This is literally them just saying, this is literally them just arguing that I don't like it, therefore I'm not going to accept it. Versus Battle Wiki did the same shit for several fucking years. Meaning that he confirmed nothing. Complete bullshit. If he actually wanted to say that Mundus was universal, he would likely have simply answered yes. No, this is bullshit. Yes. If he would have said yes to this tweet, they would have just said he's multi-solar system. At best. No, shut the fuck up. That is disingenuous as hell. I'm sorry. The old Zim. Oh. Hang on. I'll drag. That's weird. The old Zim's bleeding through a little bit. Also a little bit.
God.
Oh wait, can I read that last Kamiya one because there's a fourth one. Would you?
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would you guys like to hear what this one has to say? Because it's kind of perfect. So, this guy says, Kamiya-san, I have a question about DMC. In the final boss battle of DMC1, is the dimension Mundus was created in the same size as the entire universe of this world? Is it the same size as the entire universe, or is it a smaller dimension contained within the castle?
Where you find
And
these?
his answer is the former. So whether we're referring to the second question where he says, is it the same size as the entire universe or the same size as the entire universe of this world? The former can only be referring to the first question or the first answer of the second question. It wouldn't be combined. So how many that's three different responsive statements to one answer that he's already answered.
I'll take a look and see what's going on with your profile, Neo, because you should have access to Sming Channel. You technically have like higher membership than fucking, unless Mangler's been fucking with the roles.
I may have.
Hang on, I was gonna say, let me see here.
Wait. No, I didn't remove his permissions for mod stuff. Did I? Hang on. Let me get in there.
I was gonna say, Mangler, check this shit out, because Neo should have access to do that. Oh, you know what? I think I know what you did. You took away his administrator permissions.
No.
Okay, we're gonna have to upgrade Neo to just either a mod at this point then. Yeah, because so Neo used to have administrator permissions.
We'll just give him the. Well, I'll just give him a mod role then.
I'll say, fix this.
He already had administrator positions. This is just different. Just add a different label on it. Here, let me see if I can.
Hang on, we're not done yet. Okay, so again, I'm gonna skip this because this is kind of bullshit. Also, notice how the Universal knows the difference. Well, I mean, is Julius capable of destroying the entire universe? Sure. Okay, notice the difference in the actual answers he gives could be versus universe. They're completely different. No, I spent 5 years going through this shit. I'm not sticking around on Kamiya. I'm sorry. No, this is... you guys already know this is bullshit. You guys already know it. Anyone wants to actually fucking talk about this, I'll sit down inherently and fucking like... I'll sit down and we can discuss this directly, but I've already discussed Kamiya's tweet to fucking death. At this point, Kamiya's my boy until I meet him in real life and he blocks me in real life. He actually blocked me at one point because I actually asked for clarification and he blocked me. I'm pretty sure he blocked... I know he blocked one of my friends, but I'm pretty sure he blocked me too. I know my friend got the universal statement as his answer. So Kamiya's consistent. Woohoo! Okay. Mundus dying only affected his castle, not the entire demon world. Okay, we don't really use... Okay.
Wait, is this another one of those like straw man arguments where people claim that like DMC scalers use this when like we've never done that?
Versus Battle Wiki uses this. We don't use this, so we're gonna gloss over this. Also, Mundus never created. Also, Mundus was never stated to have made the mirror world. That is true, but it never appears in any other game and is never mentioned in any other game. And also, Mundus' creatures can exist within it.
Also, you want to know what exists in the mirror world? The key to his fucking house, called the Philosopher's Stone.
No connection though. Completely unaffiliated.
No connection. The key that leads into his section of the underworld exists in the mirror world. His generals can exist there, are completely fine, and there are spells.
And it's full to the brim of his nobodies.
Yeah, and guess what's blocking the mirror, preventing Dante from getting in? Spells that literally prevent him from entering the mirror. He has to perform alchemy in order to like, what's it called? There's actually like the specific statement that's given in game, but he basically has to like reflect the power of the mirror's power back on itself so that he can enter it. It gets to the point where even the divinity statue can't get in there. It literally becomes an illusion.
DMC5 confirms Mundus God's power from eating the same fruit that Urizen ate. The fruit is shown to be able to make illusionary dimensions. No, okay, this is actually a fundamental misunderstanding of what the fruit is. That Cage reference, clearly where nobody didn't exist before Cage. It's like JoJo's. Life itself is a JoJo's reference.
Nobody exists before Cage.
I want to make this clear. The fruit does not give you actual powers and abilities. It only gives you sheer AP. It is never stated to give you any other abilities beyond that point. Also, the illusionary space is real. Illusions in DMC are basically 100% real. There's very little difference to them in a real life creation, to be fair.
You guys, you want to know something cool about demonic power? It manifests powers and abilities based on what you desire. So when we have a statement that the fruit gives you the sovereign power to rule over all and is made from human blood, the literal source of demonic power, why do you think Mundus, who wishes to be a god, gets all these powers and abilities of a person who wishes to be a god, and Urizen just gets a pure flat AP boost?
Look, that illusion that you fight in is incredibly real in general. Also, they don't break apart the same way. Illusions, quote-unquote illusions, consistently shatter the glass. Mundus' realm did not shatter the glass. So, consistency argument proves that's not an illusion. Also, it's not... Oh, narrative consistency. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Let's go. Universal levels of power don't make much narrative sense in DMC1 when you look at the limitations shown for Dante in-game. Dante in his base state, after Source Sparta empowerment, is strong enough to fight and beat Mundus in the first time around. Can I see this? This is not in the human world, this is in the demon world. And this will be after he's empowered by Sword Sparta. Where's the inconsistency? The same Dante is then stated to be killed if he doesn't... No! That is false! That is false! That is a complete fucking lie! He abandoned the Sword Sparta by that point! He gave it to Trish's fuck... No! That's a fucking straight fucking lie! That is not the same Dante! He is not amped by Sparta at that point! Fuck you!
What are truths?
The sword! He doesn't have the sword anymore! And the sword only works against Mundus! That's stated in the fucking guidebook! I need to calm down. My mom's trying to sleep. I need to calm down. Oh man, I haven't felt like this in a long time. I'm trying to be... These are blatant lies. You could argue the reason he would die to the island collapse is because he was no longer amped by the demon world. The demon world? The fucking demon world? The fucking demon world? I'm sorry. I must have missed the giant Sparta devil trigger. I must have missed the red fucking aura. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I am calm. I am calm.
They accept that the demon world amps him.
Which is the demon world stated to do both characters like Gilvra and the guides, yes, the demon world. Okay, so that's not entirely accurate. The demon world doesn't amp demons, although it does technically amp them. It's just that they can't use their full powers outside the demon world. That's the real statement. It's not that they get amped, they just can't use their full strength outside of it. This is also confirmed in DMC2's alternate timeline.
The statement is made in every single game that when the demons come to the demon... The reason why they're so much stronger in the demon world is because they're jumping from a higher dimension to a lower dimension. They have to possess physical material and things in that dimension to make a body. This is why every single description of all the enemies that have mediums require things like sand or dolls or various physical objects. Because they can't exist on the plane naturally because they don't belong there.
Hang on. This is the smartest thing. This is actually the smartest thing I've read. The Demon World amps may have been retconned later on, but regardless, it is clear it is not consistent for Dante to be universal in DMC1. You're absolutely right. Because he's fucking not. He only gets that level of strength in the anime and after. This is the smartest line in the entire thread so far.
Wait, so they're accepting... Wait, are they saying that Demon World Dante wouldn't be universal? Because that's wrong. If they're saying, like, Human World Dante is not universal, that's fair. Also, doesn't demonstrate human universal feats in the Demon World.
To clarify right here, the issue is that he's still going to die from the castle collapse in the Demon World. Yes, because we don't know how big Mundus's realm is. We don't know how big Mundus's side of the Demon World is. We also don't know the attack potency of the explosion. If we assume it's directly scaling the Mundus, that's at least Uni plus, or it would scale the Mundus.
Mundus, you have to understand, Mundus would have been sealed in his territory when Sparta put him away. He wouldn't have moved him anywhere. Because when Sparta attempted to steal him, he was at the height of his power. So he would have just sealed him in the location that he already had access to.
Listen, Human World Dante is weaker until you get to DMC 4 or 5. Then he basically stays the same because Demon Kings directly force their powers into the worlds.
Until the anime.
And no piece of media, whether it be guidebooks, the game, novels, etc., is it ever explained how Dante got back from the space fight to the Demon Temple. Mundus just starts falling apart. And Zan, by the way, did you find any other ridiculous claims while it was gone? A portion of the universal space-time destroying Gradient Blast would still be tier 2. At that point, you can't apply inverse square law. They also do argue against the Demon World being 4D as well. We'll talk a little more about that. Mundus just starts falling apart, and then the scene goes white. Seconds later, Dante's back in the temple right next to Trish. This is usually argued to mean the whole universe disappeared and that Dante then appeared there. Issue out the bat is assuming the whole universe disappeared. It was only confirmed Mundus, sensing his doom, wriggled in pain, disappeared into the void. This was the end of the battle. So I saw Dante get out there. We don't know. The Sword Sparta may have been responsible, but that's sadly an assumption. It is just an unknown that has no answer. What we do know is that there's no evidence assuming for universe erasure. Actually, this is kind of wrong. DMC2's novel does have a similar situation happen after Void Mundus dies. Now, they argue that the universe is... Oh, well, why am I saying this? We're getting to Void Mundus right now. Void Mundus is argued as having all the power in the Demon World as its nexus and heart. This is actually completely true. I just read this novel again. This place was originally the human world. It's been corrupted beyond... this ignores plenty of context from the novels. Oh, I just read this section today. Let's go. For one, there was still demonic energy present. Yes, Mundus is demonic energy, because Mundus is the heart and nexus of the demon world, and all the source of its power. This place originally the human world. It's been corrupted beyond recognition. A weak current of magic runs through it, but strong enough for us to resume our native forms. I love how he says ignores plenty of context. Do you want to know the context for that scene in question? Just out of curiosity? The context for that scene in question is the demon generals that Dante fights alongside are afraid to use their true forms. Dante tells them, can you fight in your true forms? And they say, yes, we can, but we're going to run out of magic pretty quickly. We're not going to be able to fight for as long as we can. I can pull up the novel right now. Hang on a minute.
That's what happens when they do.
And I want to point out, when they get closer to Mundus, they get all their powers back. They get all the magical energy back. Mundus is very clearly the source, because the closer they get to Mundus, the more powerful they become. Second.
They also crushed by him as well.
They do
Like,
get
they
crushed when they get closer.
die.
Yes. Let's continue. Second, having all the demonic energy in Demon World doesn't make you automatically universal. Yeah, but I bet it'd make you larger than island level.
Well, hang on a minute. I got to tackle this. It's argued you can jump in if you want. It's argued the energy from the demon world made the human world, which is contradicted by it being stated it was the light from the division of the original universe that made the human world. They do fucking realize this is an alternate timeline continuity, right? In this continuity, the DMC3 manga is not applicable. This continuity, there are no demon kings. Like, Mundus is literally stated to be the sole ruler of creation for timeless eternity. He ruled over everything from the beginning, based on his statement. And if you want to take the Japanese one, he's literally he states his rule is absolute, that he is the ruler of the universe, independent from the flow of time.
Fuck me. This is taking so much longer than I originally thought it would, but these points are so bad.
So why would you assume that light in the division of the human world is applicable? Mundus would have just created everything in that universe, including the human world.
Also, so if you have all the, according to Neo, if you have all the energy in the universe, it would still be 3C, which would still be vastly higher than where they scale DMC to. Assuming the Demon World's universal size place, it would be bigger since it's technically larger in the light, which is the universe. The usage of Nexus and Heart are vague and never really elaborated on. Okay, so this is where I re-elaborate Mangler's claim, where it's like they need everything spoon-fed to them. Nexus can be the focal point of connection. No, even the bugs in the human world are like merged with Mundus' energy. They're influenced by Mundus' power. Being the heart doesn't mean being the heart of the demon world doesn't mean much. Are you kidding me?
Hey guys, if I stab your heart, does that mean much to you? I guess not. If I ripped your heart out, I guess that's not a term of like endearing expression.
Okay, so Brero had woken up to Luna. The first thing she saw was a decaying corpse. She reflexively jumped to clutch her rifle, but her shrines remained still and quiet. Brero remembered defeating Dante, the king of the underworld. Then everything faded away, just like the beast heads. Now, again, I want to clarify something here specifically. They never actually, and he doesn't mention this. They never touch the beast heads. The way the beast heads send Dante and Burial into the alternate timeline the first time is by eating them. The beast heads don't touch Dante and Burial in the second go around. That's why I mentioned earlier that this scene is very similar to what happened to Dante in DMC1 when he just randomly gets BFR'd back.
And you want to
Nexus. What?
You want to know what's funny? Is that the generals tell them, because they're looking for the beast heads, that, hey, we've been wished into your world by an item called the beast heads. It has the ability to shift us between dimensions. We need to know if there's something of a similar capacity, and like, well, he basically tells them, like, we need to know if there's like a similar item in your world. He's like, yeah, there is. I'm like, well, where is it? It's like, it's in the throne room. And they get to Mundus' throne room, they kill him, the void disappears, the entire castle is there. They don't see the beast heads or see anything at all, and they just get BFR'd.
Also, I want to point out as well,
Mundus dies.
If you want to argue,
Mundus dies.
If you want to argue that the beast heads sent them back still regardless, that's not how the beast heads are shown to work in the novel. In the novel, the beast heads consistently need a host. They will influence an individual, and then they'll take that individual's body at some point. Or the individual will overpower them if you're like a demon.
Or if you eat the statue, like, thing that they are, they'll basically, like, consume and merge with you.
In the second novel, the demon world and the human world aren't fully merged. This is because Mundus' goal in the alternate novel is not the same, or in the alternate universe is not the same as his current one. Rather, the human world has been terraformed by the demon world bleeding into it. No, by Mundus' energy bleeding into it. Again, there's a statement of the bugs being amped by Mundus. Dante killing Mundus means nothing AP-wise, as a void has no mass, and we don't actually objectively know if Mundus himself is the Nexus.
We do.
They literally call him the Nexus.
Also, they do understand
Nonsense,
that
that's an idiom.
The demon world is, even in the alternate timeline, is separated by portals, right? Like, the merged area where they are is literally separated by the portal to the demon world, which is separated by a section to the throne room. Like,
Griffin mentions that they are at the King's Keep, and then later mentions that it is the Nexus of the Underworld's mystical energy. The book could not more clearly fucking mean it's Mundus. The bugs are bathed in Mundus's power. Get the fuck out of here. TLDR, we don't know much about how much energy Void Mundus actually has. No, we do. You just don't want to accept it. Whether or not he actually is the Nexus, they literally call him... Well, even if they don't call him the Nexus, he is called the Heart.
His death does nothing to the realm. That would be factually inaccurate because the only inhabitants that don't belong to it get BFR'd, and we don't see anyone else from the alternate timeline show up.
Does killing a spirit that can destroy a planet not count because it has no mass? I guess apparently to them it doesn't. Also, his explosion isn't a feat for Dante because Void Mundus is literally intangible and has no mass. Hey, by the way, if it has no mass, how can it explode? Also,
if it has no
Void
mass,
Mundus is not directly intangible. Dante can cut him and interact with him.
Void Moon. Well,
that would just be Dante. I guess that'd be Dante. I guess
that would be Dante. Technically, how is it that Void Mundus has no mass but can interact with all of creation throughout all of time? How can he create things but have no mass?
How can he exist in a physical space if he has no existence? Like, I mean, he is the blackness you walk into. Wait, isn't that just Dante having the ability to harm voids? Yeah, probably. I probably jumped the gun a little bit with that statement. I can do that.
The beast hits.
Oh, my favorite part. Let's go.
Oh, only 3 paragraphs.
Oh man, we're getting close to the end here. Oh boy. There are 3 arguments for the beast heads. Beast heads shake the world. Beast heads embodying time. Do you want to know who else has no mass? True form Darkseid. I guess when his back falling was gonna destroy all creation, I guess that was just a no mass punch. My. All right, let us continue forward. The beast head shaking is noted only to affect a building. This is completely fair. I don't know where world specifically comes from. Oh my goodness, stop. Guys, use Imgur at least, for fuck's sake. And world here obviously doesn't mean the universe, given it mentions aspects of the planet such as the ocean. Again, these are omissions specifically. Wait. This is literally the world shook. The beast heads... Okay, let's talk about this. The reason the waves and the sea are mentioned is not because that's all that's being affected. That's because that is what is relevant for the reader to understand. It literally says the beast heads are ignoring the laws of physics. I guess the laws of... Guys. I guess the laws of physics only apply to Earth. We need to get on Mars right away and get rid of these trash-ass laws.
They also refer to them as the immutable laws of physics, wrestled with the forces, intent on ignoring them.
Guys, laws of physics only exist on Earth.
Would you like me to grab the statements from DMC5's gallery description that blatantly states the laws of the underworld differ from our own? Oh, how's that convenient?
Guys, we gotta go to Mars and experience an entirely new reality. Let's go. No, not even Mars, just the beach, because apparently it's only affecting things on the beach. Let's go. Is Crash Bandicoot universal and multiversal for defeating Entropy, who creates time paradoxes for fun, and Entrance, who's a fifth-dimensional creature? I don't.
Not anymore, no.
That's fair.
Kyle, you sound a little upset.
You're into the wrong place.
Oh, hang on a minute. I'm sorry, I'm opening up a Legendary Soul in my mobile game, and I got the trashiest fucking thing. Oh, I got Corrupt Droid. Oh, I want to cry.
The beast heads reshaping the world is explicit reality warping hacks that is never actually done or elaborated further.
Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Oh, boy. What? Let me tell you why that's wrong. Okay,
wait a minute. In this exact scan, literally 2 lines before, they said the beast heads eats us humans and replenishes you demons. It's like a power transformer for souls.
Yes. So
it literally explains its power 2 fucking sentences before.
This is where we gotta go back to the fruit a bit as well. Raw demonic power, the more you get of it, the crazier shit you can do. The beast heads do not give you powers and abilities. they give you straight AP, and this is confirmed later on in the novel when it's referred that the power Dante got from the Beast Heads has drained away after his fight with Chen because he's exhausted from fighting Chen. No, this is a straight AP increase. This is literally confirmed with the line right above as Mangler says. Even fucking Chen! Look at Chen's next statement! A fascinating conclusion. I should patent this. A process for transforming humans into basic magical energy. Even Chen is telling them that all the Beast Heads does is give you raw, demonic power. They are blatantly ignoring context. But what would I know? I've never seen a scan. I've never seen a scan debunk itself. I was going to go further into that, but I guess I'm not needed.
I was just going to say,
work for me.
in regards to like it giving like the time abilities and the infinite knowledge, I've argued like the Beast Heads can do that for you, but that's typically because when people, again, this is kind of how demonic power works. It's based on your desire and like your knowledge and capacity. Every single
Zim, what's the stream called?
The stream is currently called Chill Stream 7/18/2021 because I was playing mobile games earlier.
Do you feel chilled?
So every demon that tries to manifest powers or abilities would be doing them based on their inner desires. When the Beast Heads like give you these powers, they're intending to like absorb you to basically buff themselves and whatnot. When Chen gets the Beast Heads, his first desire is that he wants knowledge beyond everything, beyond all time and all dimensions. He's specifically obsessed with knowledge. This is why when he gets the Beast Heads, what he is granted is infinite knowledge. He's able to see all things in all the past, all the present, and all the future, because that's what demonic power needed to grant him for him to achieve his desires.
You know what? You know what? The Trill stream might say 7/18/2021, but you know what? We're doing that based off of fucking G1's understanding of what a date is. So it is now still 7/18/2021.
Beast Heads do not fully embody time, as their destruction does not affect time notably in any way, shape, or form.
Well, they physically embody, and they embody the past, present, and future. They're not the physical manifestations of it, but they do embody it. So that's not.
If they're arguing like they're not like, I guess they seem to think we're arguing that they're like the literal physical concepts of time or something.
No, because the god. Also, by the way, they could be. They very well could be, but the god of space and time still exists. So the timeline will not be fucked.
I was gonna say that's very, very inconsistent to say that. There's literally already a god of space and time. But what would they know about that?
I've never seen a fucking scan. Dude, these guys are debunking themselves at this point. I've never seen something like this before. This is incredible.
Nightmare destroying the demon world.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Nightmare is taking DMC5 manga to be able to destroy a demon world, and instead of giving us the translation, we're gonna get the Japanese with the translation at the bottom. All right, whatever.
Guys. Just use the fucking English translation. Stop using the Japanese scan and then providing translation below it.
We got 11 viewers now. Hello, 11 viewers.
I'm sick and tired of people fucking doing this. Just get the English. To be fair, for Visions of V, that one's not an official like English translation, but it is an English translation nonetheless. Stop posting the Japanese raw and then an English translation below it. Stop it.
Okay, let me continue here. However, a game guide with lore given from the perspective of Dante says the time frame would be indefinite. I actually read this one earlier because I actually skimmed through this earlier this morning. I was not expecting to do this tonight nor on the stream. I was just gonna do like a quick thing, but with DMC and me, I guess it's never a quick thing. However, as a result, it seems that an evil killing machine that even the creator did not anticipate was created, still weaker than V, becoming a dangerous existence that could threaten the stability of the demon world if its powers were to be released indefinitely. No. So I want to clarify here specifically that this is not stating the time frame would be indefinite. What this is stating is that if Mundus let it off its leash permanently, it would be a problem.
And guys, you want to know how Nightmare uses its attacks that could threaten the demon world? You want to know what it? You want to know how it attacks people? By firing a fucking laser that explodes 2 seconds afterwards.
A dangerous existence that developers made to intentionally screw you over and no hit runs. He's not wrong.
And Neo's just like, you guys are over here discussing lore. I'm over here discussing trauma.
Okay. So it also specifies it is the stability of the underworld Nightmare would affect. Given Nightmare's own movement speed is quite slow, its destructive capacity is quite lacking. Is this looking at gameplay? It's still sealed at that point. That's a bad argument. It's still sealed at that point. That's a bad argument.
Wait, why would its destructive capacity be?
Makes this statement unquantifiable. No. Again, even the statement made by the manga, which gives more context, is before it's sealed. So no, get out of here. Even this says if its powers were to be released indefinitely. Dude, no. This part right here is a fuck. This part is debunked by the top 2 scans. Get the fuck out of here.
It's also like incorrect if we use the Demon World DMC3. Even if you don't believe it's infinite in size, you'd still need to believe it's half a universe, and it's separated by various space-time dimensions. And Nightmare would have to blow all of them up.
Well, so Neo, they're gonna debunk, or they're gonna attempt to debunk 4D DMC. So this might be a perspective of what higher dimensional tearing is, and this might be a matter of perspective. We'll see how it goes, though. Given Nightmare the benefit of doubt that the cave was somehow super durable, he was sealed, you fucking ingrates. His next best feat is also lacking AoE. I'm not even gonna bother looking at it. It's probably some stupid ass DMC. Well, is it DMC5 scan? Let's see. Error denied. The scan doesn't even fucking work. The scans don't even fucking work. Get the fuck out of here. I want this removed.
Wait, what happened?
The scans don't work. I clicked on the scans to check and see, and they don't work. Nightmare also doesn't make a realm with a star in it. It's a pocket dimension inside him, and the star in the background doesn't even look like a star or a natural light source. It is also stated to be a BFR to an evil dimension. Whatever. As for Demon World being infinite in size, refer to here. Let's see.
This one's great. I assure you.
Okay, let's talk about this. The Demon World is argued as being infinite due to being stated to be an unending darkness, having an endless sea, and being stated to be an endless void. Where's the infinite army? Where's the infinite army scan, please?
Yeah, we literally have that. Not just that, but the endless army as well.
The endless sea scan says it has edges. The endless void scan, the Japanese version, says this: an astronomical dial depicting a world of everlasting darkness where not even the stars twinkle.
Hey, for some reason I can't open. Oh wait, there we go. Is it opening now?
Oh, so Adrian, they just did a piss poor job with this block, man. Okay, thank you.
Wait, no, that's not what it says. So for the endless sea, it says they hide between the edges of the sea and the underworld. The spirits of the victims are destined to wander the endless sea of the underworld. That's just the endless sea. The sea and the underworld, the edges of the sea and the underworld are two different locations. The sea that they're referring to is in the underworld, not on the opposite side of it. So that's incorrect. They're fucking stupid.
It's almost like they're being just a tad bit dishonest.
Also, something can be endless or infinite in size and still have an edge.
We're used to that these days.
We are.
Not even just from the Versus Wiki.
You guys do realize, like, you can have a starting and end point for infinity.
So,
right?
I was gonna say infinity technically can have a starting point and go in one direction, like regardless of your opinions on the matter.
It can stop on a left or right direction and just go up and down forever.
Okay.
Also, when they refer to the edges of the Demon World, Mangler's right. That's a completely different location. That's in between the two, universes. That's the world between.
Yeah, that's also. They say the endless sea says it has edges. The endless void says in the Japanese version says this: an astronomical board depicting a world of everlasting darkness where not even stars twinkle.
That's not
not the Japanese version. A fan translation of the Japanese version. Not the Japanese version. It's not translated by Capcom. That's not a valid translation.
So Mangler, I have to ask, what is the official translation? Does the official
The
translation have?
official translation specifically says the astronomical void is said to. I believe it said. Hang on. I actually have it here.
Oh, so go get the scan, Mangler. Hurry.
Let me
Save
go
the
grab it
dream.
real quick.
All
Oh
right,
yes, all my
while he's doing
giant
that,
hands.
in essence, this is flavor text. Oh,
Oh,
that's gonna
an
be 3 out of 5 Matthews on that argument.
astronomical device which displays the endless void, said to be powered by time.
See, flavor text. That's what we like to call. I don't like it. Therefore, I can't debunk it, so I don't like it.
What's the difference here? One of them states a world of everlasting darkness where not even the stars twinkle, and one of them says an endless void that's powered by time. Now, why might they not like that? I wonder. Because it's infinitely more impressive to have a device that exists in this tower that was built in reference to the demon world that's its energy source is literally fucking time.
Hang on.
I wonder why they might have a problem with that.
In essence, this is flavor text. The darkness of the demon world doesn't end, which is true, but it isn't referring to size.
So you know how they're not talking
lying.
about
They're literally lying
the
right now.
size of the demon world. Have you noticed that there's a specific item in free that they haven't talked about yet?
Oh no, I think they just mentioned it. The astronomical board. I think that's what Mingo was just talking about right now.
No, hang on. They're literally lying to you right now. Go to the unending darkness thing.
Yeah, because it says unending darkness, and then afterwards it adds another description: a crucible of chaos.
No. You're incorrect. Well, I mean, you're correct about that, but you're incorrect about what I'm going to say.
I was gonna say, dude, are my eyes not working? That's what it says.
So what the actually? Let me just. I have the official manga right here, literally right fucking here. But that's the other. Sorry, Bleach handbooks. It's not what I'm looking for. So what it says specifically is the world is born from darkness, unending darkness, a crucible of chaos. But even to that primordial existence, there came a ray of light. The universe was split in two. The darkness became the realm of the demons.
Mangler, are you saying that they left out information?
As in the space or area in which you are located. I took 2 seconds to read that. Why are you so fucking incompetent? How?
I don't know. Oh, Neiman, I just started. If you're still watching, I just started drawing right now. It looks pretty clean.
Guys, remember.
Wrong area again, Neiman, but wrong area again. Hang on. At best, like saying endless, we can't see the end of it. Beautiful story.
Hang on a minute. Is this so? When you click on the so you know at the top of the Infinite Demon World doc, obviously it says like the Demon World is infinite, is argued as being infinite due to being the unending void or the unending darkness. If you click on the source that links to that, it links to I guess someone's description on VSB. And they specifically said, I would like to add that the Japanese RAW for DMC3 did say the demon world is infinite darkness, endless darkness. So yeah, apparently the scan used is this.
Wait. When you click on endless darkness, their scan, that's what it sent you to?
No, so go to unending darkness at the top of the dock.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then just click on the little click on that source right there. Yeah. Okay,
Infinite. Yeah, okay, no. We're just going to continue this just to be kind, but this man is fucking lying up his ass.
Their source debunks them. What the fuck?
Okay, it will be argued that both realms are separate time spaces, but this is never stated. We'll talk about that when we get to that Samsara argument. The only evidence usually cited is the statement the flow of time is different. Even if the realm was infinite and no one has any direct scaling to it, Nightmare literally is going to destroy it. Hey guys. No one scales to the infinite size of the demon world. Right above this, Right above, Nightmare destroying the demon world. Things. Okay, hang on. Let me finish up here. A lot of definitions of unending are along the lines of having seeming or no end. Prove that's how it works for DMC. You can't. Okay, so these are just like grouping fallacies. Like they're saying that because other things are like this, that's how it applies to DMC. And then they can also refer to time rather than size, i.e. the darkness never goes away. Not that it doesn't have an edge. Both issues apply to the world endless though. The demon world might have an edge. The unsacred hellgate, the edge which divides the demon world and the human world. See in the finale. This is not the edge of the demon world. This is just one of the many ways you can get in. There's literally multiple portals. You stupid fucks.
They also do realize, like, the endless darkness refers to the entirety of the realm, which includes all the dimensions and the time-space fabric between them. That's not referring to one infinite-sized space.
How much time do you think the guys spent making this? I don't know, but so far the entire doc as of right now is getting 1 out of 5 Matthews for me.
That's it. That's it. Where's the Sansara?
Right down here, 40 DM world. Don't worry, we're almost there. We're almost there, Mangler. Just hold it in a little longer. We gotta go to the Savior first.
Nobody cares about the Savior. Skip him.
Mangler, no! We've already gone through everything else. And besides, Devil cares about the Savior.
Fine.
For this feat, it's theorized that the power of the Savior is described as making a nightmare's recreation. This is directly what's stated in the game guidebook.
There's no theorization here. They link it.
Nightmarish itself gets paired up with the idea of it being a nightmare or a vision, but in this context, the area specifically stated is recreated is Ferris Fields. I want to clarify for a minute. If they're going to argue it's a dreamscape or something, they can't. DMC3, the boss rush, is confirmed to be a dreamscape when you fight them. It looks completely different from what the Savior does. Debunked already.
Yeah, it also looks different from the actual... Well, actually, no, that directly debunks it, because if you go to the mission... So if you play DMC3, right? You go to mission 18. Oh, no way. Me too. Mission 18, you go into the boss rushes. When you go to the rooms, the backdrop of the rooms is colored differently. It's actually a different, even though it's depicted to be the same area, it has a different lighting and a different color for all the areas. They're like black and white, all the colors dropped out of them. The Savior's recreation of that area looks identical.
Yep.
It is literally identical.
So you cannot argue for a dream fallacy.
Yeah, no, it's literally wrong. Incorrect.
Now, to be fair, maybe they just didn't read that part. Okay, this is the location of the game where Nero fights Demon King Burial, resulting in the destruction of the portion they fight in. So it likely gave them the floor again to fight, with each just the floor. What are you going to ignore? Wait. Are they saying no? They're saying the only area that was created is specifically just that one.
Are they?
Wait, what do you mean?
Savior will create more of the area?
No. Apparently not. Apparently, even though we see the mountains and everything on the outside of the arena, the Savior only made the floor. Apparently.
Interesting.
Fucking brilliant!
What kind of foolishness would you need to indulge to think something like that?
They spent time on this. There are unironically people who spent time on this.
Well, power...
Did you realize the first area it sends you to, it has a recreation of the sun, right? And clouds, and forest, and the ocean.
I'm sorry, Devil. Apparently, that wasn't created. Only the fight with fucking Burial was created.
At this point, so something. Don't you literally slam Burial into a wall with Devilbringer? Yes, we do.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was scientifically possible for a mammal to have such a smooth brain.
Kyle, I'm sure they did their best. It just wasn't very good.
Why does it always come down to, like, yeah, they're just the Savior's just like taking them to different planes. He's not creating the areas. How many times are we different examples of all these? This is literally referred to as a recreation.
Until Itsuno himself steps down from his throne and is like, "Yeah, the Savior created it," and even then, they won't believe it.
Wait a minute, it's said to be a recreation, meaning he's creating it.
Okay,
he's creating a copy of the original. They still say the Savior didn't make it.
I will point out specifically they do have an argument. Sorry guys, I'm doing something on mobile games. I'm trying to finish this up as well. My apologies.
They're just flat out lying to you. They're just lying. It's not even. It's not even downplays. Lies? Works for me.
Okay, hang on, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm almost done with this fucking arena fight. I'm sorry. Alright, we win. Alright. Which gives me... sorry, guys. I really want those DOA girls. It's just taking him... Okay, so it likely gave them the floor again to fight, and each time they roll dice up, it's referred to as stairway to heaven or hell. Yes. Because you're actually, this is actually wrong. It's not rolling the dice specifically. It's referred to as the stairway. It's ascending the steps because it's set up as a giant fucking stair ascending. Whatever.
And because when you're going through the areas, you're landing on certain paths that give you either good or bad results. Thus, heaven or hell.
Which gives the impression that it's just taking into different dimensional pockets rather than being attributed to the Savior's own power. What's powering the dice game?
It's not explicitly.
That's not.
Did they just think this like dice game exists autonomously?
I guess the dice game doesn't have a power source, guys. Even though it's powered by Anonymous' lab, and then very clearly.
I don't have an explicit statement for it being powered autonomously.
Oh, you're right. So we would have to assume it's powered by whatever it's in, right? You know.
Oh, wait. Omission. Remember, omission.
Oh, you're right. The dice game just exists on its own, even though it was created by Agnus. It's in his lab. But it has nothing to do with the Savior.
No, it's not in his lab, and Agnus didn't create the Savior.
You're absolutely right. Because it wasn't directly stated, it does not exist. Ignore the fact it's right in his lab.
Also stated in Four's novel that he was the engineer that would become the Savior either. Nope.
No. None of these things exist. So pretty much the game just makes it seem like dimensional travel. With parallel universes existing DMC, that would make sense. I love how the Savior literally pulls you into itself, and these guys are like, yep, you've been warped to another universe. I love how it's easier to accept that you get sent to an alternate universe, which, again, the last one we were sent to was fundamentally different in every way, shape, and form. But I guess there are plenty of parallel universes that look the exact fucking same, that have the exact same demons and everything, with no distinguishable changes between them at all.
To be fair...
That's not what's demonstrated.
That's actually how multiverse theory works.
Mangler, I understand that, but
DMC supports
where's your statement?
Based on Two's alternate timeline.
Where's your statement for multiverse, Mangler? They don't believe in that. There's no statement for it.
No, they do. Dante's statement of the parallel worlds and this being a world where Mundus won is a direct confirmation of multiverse.
Mangler, for God's sakes, if it's not stated to be a multiverse, they don't accept it.
Oh yeah, I forgot, because it needs to be unreasonably specific.
Mangler, it's flowery language. Of course, the alternate dimension doesn't exist.
No, it's an idiom. It's a metaphor.
It's hyperbole, guys. Oh, this is
What's the next writing technique that we can throw out of our ass to explain this in a way?
Metaphors.
Similes. If you're the English major, you know all their little $10 words.
The next one's going to be metaphor. I'll put money right now. The next argument that they use for language will be metaphor, 100%.
I agree with Neo. I think this blog is like we're the DMC scalers that are doing the research, and they're like the flat earthers of DMC.
Wait. And the demons goad Nero? The demons themselves seem to be goading Nero to beat them and to progress? No, that's fucking lying. That's the dice game telling you how to progress. The dice game tells you how to beat it. The dice game plays fair. Well, no, it doesn't. No, it does not. But the dice game tells you how to play it.
Yes, it does if you know how to play the game.
No, you're cheating. You're abusing the game.
No.
Nothing
I'm dice counting.
No one tells you how to use the dice correctly. So I refuse to believe that's cheating.
Okay. And if it did recreate anything, then the Ferris Hills location itself was recreated around an entire universe. Otherwise, that would have made mention of it. No, you have to prove that. It doesn't even say the entire world was recreated or universe. No, see, this is the problem. They're taking omissions as proof against it. It doesn't confirm that they're literally inside the Savior. It doesn't confirm that the Savior created them. It doesn't confirm that they're real or illusionary or mental. They would be real because, again, we've seen what illusionary or mental look like in DMC. And it doesn't confirm anything else either. Some heavens are at night and some heavens are centered in a room. We just don't have enough information. We have plenty of information thanks to that one statement.
And like multiple examples.
It should also be noted that this statement, recreation, comes from a Prima guide, which is not the most reliable for feature lore. This I've already looked through this. I'm not going to go through it now because I believe it does have ads, but basically the argument is that the guys in the guide specifically state that they sometimes get earlier versions of the game, and as a result, some things might change. But that's only if things change. That would only be in reference to changed information. This information did not change, nor did this section change in any capacity.
This is incorrect as fuck. So, it coming from a Prima guide is irrelevant. All of the official guidebooks for the first couple games come from Prima.
So apparently the first 3 are Brady games. I did check that one again when I was discussing with somebody about that. Yeah, the first 3 are in fact Brady games. You can check out the Divinity Statue website, so they are a little different. But the Prima guide should still be fine.
Actually, wait, no, that doesn't fucking matter then, because the Prima guide is an exact replica of the descriptions from DMC4. It is an exact replica of its descriptions in game.
Okay.
So,
oh boy.
Okay, 4D Demon World. Here we go. Neo, you're gonna love this.
Oh, great! I get to bully our good friend here at the end since he leaves a section in there. There is zero bias. Oh, my good friend. Oh, I'm not gonna name you, but I'm gonna beat your ass. Demonic World energy being 4D isn't a thing. So this is from our Versatility forum. Okay, let's see here. Stopping time / meshing with space-time is not inherently 4D, and the blog assumes Void Mundus is dead, destroyed the parallel universe, which didn't happen. Dante got reverse BFR back to his original universe in a manner similar to the Beast Heads. That's a direct quote similar to the Beast Heads, but he's leaving out the part that the Beast Heads did not actually cause it this time, so we have no explanation for how that happened. You want to know what would explain it? The universe being destroyed.
Or the fact that he just died 2 seconds before it happened.
To quote...
And similar thing happens in DMC1, where he defeats Mundus and then gets BFR'd.
How the fuck is messing with time not 4D? This is going to be rich. Even a smaller scale demonic energy can affect the fabric of space and time. This is a direct quote from the DMC2 novel. Oh, never mind. He's using the Chrono Slicer. And in demonic essence can also allow you to manipulate time. They're also capable of breaking through space and time.
Why is he using the key of Chronos like we using that?
Hang on. What about DMC2's statement that minor demons can affect space times? Where's that statement at? What about the
Dante's statement for the switches being able to move transcend?
Where's the one novel scans where the demons literally fuck with time?
Where's the astronomical board?
Where's the what's it fucking called?
Where is ragtime?
From 2's guidebook confirming the demon world warps and stops the hands of time. Or the fact that the demonic energy of the demon world as a whole, that's shared among all demons, is entrenched in the demon world.
Where is the Beast Heads directly being able to yank things and affect time and space on a massive level? Where are all these time and space feats at, my friends? You're got a lot of explaining to do.
What about the statement of Dante and Beryl being yanked out of space and time?
Where are all these space and time statements?
What about Phantom being literally yeeted as a time paradox?
But
what about confirmation?
Wait. What about time literally stopping in the presence of the demon world? But that was caused by the demon world, right? Not by Argosax, even though that only happened once. No. I like how off the top of our heads we list like fucking 6 to 7 more scans than they even have. The Divinity Statue, which is literally the god of space and time.
Did they even bring up? Besides from Gilva, did they bring up the insane amounts of shit that one's novel has?
Nope, not even close. How about DMC2, the god, the heart of an old god of space and time, and Bolverk, who was a god of a different pantheon, was corrupted and easily beaten by demonic energy?
I was gonna say Neo's correct about that description, because in DMC1 it literally confirms the Watcher of Time knows all knowledge and events of the past. How about the description of the fucking Divinity Statue in 3, which is referred to as a statue of the omniscient god of space and time?
I believe also DMC2 states that like it's the god of time as well.
There's also consistent statements in the the guidebook's referring to it as the god of space and time, the space-time statue, all that
Actually,
shit.
hang on a minute. I want to take a look at something here. Okay. I just want to check something. Hey, VSB has Phantom. VSB has the scans for the Demon World being able to warp time and space with Demon World energy. So, how many scans did they bring up specifically to debunk it?
None.
Just
Except for the key of Chronos, which we don't even use.
So they only brought in the DMC4 item, but none of the other time and space statements or feats to work with. Let me scroll back down here again real quickly before we continue. What was that? There is 0 bias here? Okay. Let's carry on.
We don't even use this.
A time suspension device. No, I don't need to read this. You guys know what the Chrono Slicer does. How did they get the Japanese text? They probably got it from the actual guidebook or something from Japan. Key of Chronos. Crafted concentrated magical energies can manipulate the very fabric of space and time. As you can see, the description is clear saying that the device manipulates time while the key is needed to activate said device. That's actually completely fucking wrong. The Chrono Slicer is how the Order of the Sword uses the Key of Chronos. The Key of Chronos is stated to be the thing that can manipulate the fabric of space and time and what is needed to manipulate the fabric of space and time. So, no, the key's doing all the work. The weapon or the device is just what, like, harnesses the power.
Can you guys guess what magical energies are being used to fuel the Key of Chronos?
This might surprise you guys, but
demonic power.
You beat me to it. Clearly, it's key. Clearly, it's the power of believing in yourself.
I don't know what tipped me off. Maybe it was the fact that their chief order scientist literally is fusing human souls and demon souls into Angelo armors. Maybe it's the fact that he's built 3 fucking artificial Hellgates at this point that is literally siphoning demons from the demon world and making demons to put under his control. Maybe it's the fact that he's literally created his own artificial broom closet demon world that he just summons demons from to create more experiments.
Okay, Mangler. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and go through this section as quickly as we can so we can get to the end of it. Because I can only stick around for another 30 minutes probably. Okay.
My bad.
As you can see, the description is clear saying that the device manipulates time. No. The device is a time suspension device being researched, but the key is what manipulates time, and it's what is needed to manipulate the fabric of space and time. So the device does not manipulate time. The key does. The device just uses the key. And then we almost never saw demons capable of warping space and time in the games or novels. Only very few ones. You guys are ignoring the direct scan from DMC2's novel. Thank you. And most of them being god tiers actually show that ability. Feel free to search for examples, but you won't find many. We literally named 6 off the top of our heads.
At least.
And that, as you can only understand, contradicts the interpretation that simply demonic energy on its own can just perform a hack-like that would most of them never showed such ability, which only leaves one option. The energy is doing everything by itself. The device is also a part of it. This is completely ignoring context and is also ignoring... aren't you guys... What about Girian's statement? Are you guys just going to ignore Girian's statement? If you're not very familiar with the series and are asking if DMC Tech can really help such a feat, the answer is absolutely yes. DMC has tech-based portals to the demon world and even artificial demons. No, Agnus does, not the rest of the other guys. Shut the fuck up, that's wrong. In a similar way, DMC4 is the only one that has tech-based Hellgates, you fucking idiots, that allow traveling between the human world and demon world. I'm sorry for being rude at this point, but that's fucking absurd.
Oh, it's serious.
That are powered up by devil arms, the ones usually used by Dante in the series. You guys don't even know your own fucking lore. Get this out of my fucking sight. Devil arms don't have the power to travel between the realms. They literally power the things that open the door so they can travel between the realms. Or at least with, the right mediums they could.
What is a devil arm? A demon's soul made into a weapon.
Also, minor demons can break through the barrier, actually. This is shown in
demons
3.
Send their minds across the time-space fabric between universes to go to the human world.
Summarizing, demonic energy being used on a device that can warp space and time can't be considered 4D just by that, as the device plays part of it just like every Tekken Fortuna. The Tekken Fortuna is specifically based on utilizing demonic energy to its fullest potential, so that would not be an anti-feat. Now for the most important part, pay close attention to the statements on what the device can actually do. While in possession of the key of Chronos, press B/0 or O near a Chrono Slicer to slow the flow of time. Oh, sorry, I skipped ahead. It's all good. You can go into what you say. Crafted concentrated magical energies can manipulate the very fabric of space and time. The needed to manipulate the very fabric of space and time. The warp space and time never existed.
So are they going to argue semantics here by saying manipulate is different than warp?
We have two statements in the word manipulate. Again, they're ignoring several other feats. Which is different, less precise meaning. Manipulating can be many things, and how it manipulates that concept and the what end. However, we are lucky because the kernel description is clear and precise. Oh, shut the fuck up. You guys wouldn't know a clear and precise statement if it's shoved up your ass. Further to explain what this is all about, slow the flow of time, which is your regular time slow hacks. Why are you guys ignoring Girion? You guys literally mentioned Girion being able to manipulate time and breaking out through space and time. Why is all this ignored?
Garion's description confirms he can control time on a limited scale.
Why do you guys ignore everything else? Yeah, no, this is complete. Also, notice that they're ignoring the Samsara, which can literally, restore time-space rifts. They don't even talk about it. That's not technology. That's a literal item in the demon world.
It literally changes time-space rifts to send you to other dimensions in an area where it's been looped together.
A
which
device
directly
plus energy capable of slowing time is rather common in fiction. Having time hacks like that doesn't give someone 4D power. No, you're right. Ingesting demon world essence that lets you manipulate time gives you 4D power. The astronomical board being powered by time would give 4D power. Demons on a small level being able to manipulate space and time in the DMC2 novel would be 4D power. We're not going to get into whether or not time is the fourth dimension. Until physicists actually can agree that it's not the fourth dimension,
or can actually publish it instead of posting one study and people accepting that the theory of relativity has been debunked.
Until there's an actual consensus among the community, this is a stupid argument. Continuing forward, MFTL, infinite and measurable speed. Dante's argued that MFTL from the space flight Dante and Mundus do in DMC1. The issue is we don't really know. We don't know where they were initially in space. Only that they went to the Earth of that space. Does not matter. We don't see the planet. That would still be MFTL. Basically it's possible that the planet is located roughly just above the view of the camera. No, we see Mundus literally scale fly upwards. The scene hard cuts when the camera. So they're basically arguing the planet is right behind Mundus, and we don't see Mundus flying in front of it. No.
They do realize Mundus has to move backwards because you constantly move forwards to hit his barrier, and then he flies further backwards.
Okay.
You're constantly moving. You're not levitating in the spot.
Okay, let's try and continue a little further here because these arguments are just trash at this point. Most other arguments for light speed and above DMC sadly don't hold much weight. Beowulf uses generic light attacks, which has no evidence of being light speed. Whatever. Artemis light curves and explodes with force. Not a good argument for it not being light speed. And even the DMC2 feat might have issues. This is referring to the... what are the issues here?
What's the DMC2 feat?
Okay, so basically they disagree on using it. Alright, whatever. As for the plasma particle beam being a particle beam shouldn't matter either since people seem to have a twisted idea of what a particle beam actually is. Particle beams grab a certain number of particles and accelerate them over a vacuum using magnetism and whatever else, but it doesn't necessarily need to reach relativistic speeds. In the end, a particle beam is just a beam of particles that is usually sub-rel. Another thing about plasma is that it's a beam composed of plasma, and even when traveling in DC voltages and others, its max speed is about 100 kilometers per second. If Mundus' particle beam is called demon beam, Mundus' particle beam is called demon beam or demon emperor beam in the Japanese guide. An omission is not a valid argument. The laser from DMC3 is promising, but no proof of burning or reflecting, and isn't stated to be of light or made of light. It's only called a laser. Go fuck yourselves. This calc is wrong because it assumes Mundus made the space, and it would be a attack speed at best. Dante gets consistently attacked by Mundus' attacks. This would scale beyond DMC2 Dante, that was able to dodge all of Mundus' attacks. Go fuck yourself. Infinite speed arguments is either characters moving in stop time, which is resistant to time stop, not speed unless proven otherwise, and Nightmare needing infinite speed to destroy the demon world. Which only works if the realm is actually infinite in size, which is no solid proof of. There's actual solid proof. You have no solid proof to debunk it. Immeasurable speed is from characters tagging the Fury. This must be where our boy stepped in. Immeasurable speed is from characters tagging the Fury. People argue description of it as okay. You know the description. The issue is it says demonic power is used for jumps, which visually in games teleportation. The Japanese rock confirms this as well. Its being difficult to perceive was not only through physical strength, but also a result of demonic power or spatial manipulation. The other argument for immeasurable is Chen having no concept of space and time. The Fury and Zim don't hang. The Fury and me hang just fine, but I already know these arguments. I don't really care. This is already so fucking bad that even if they were arguing... Also, the Japanese version, through physical strength, but also relative to demonic power of spatial manipulation. That's not how teleporting looks in DMC, nor is it how portal creation looks in DMC. There. A mistranslation of no concept of space and time. Let's go. Correct DMC2 novel translation.
How is this a mistranslation? This is the official English text.
So what I will state specifically here is I'm not going to argue about official or unofficial, but I've literally seen 2 translators who both claim to be fluent in Japanese give 2 different answers. Unless if there's no official text, their translation is just as valid as the one on Divinity Statue. As we assume Divinity Statue is not the official, just saying. So no measurable speed here. Gods here simply upscale from the space feet. Yeah, whatever. Beowulf stated to be able to make a small supernova. There's Cyber's touch. With the move called Volcano in the English version of DMC3. No, yeah, there it is. Japanese version says nothing. Yeah, there's Cyber. There you are, Cyber. I knew I was gonna miss you somewhere.
Here we go. Here's the big boy arguments. The idiom.
The top tier arguments that we were waiting so long for.
We take a little bit longer on this one because I want to explain the stupidity of this.
Okay, a supernova can be localized? Nope, apparently not Neo, because the Japanese version doesn't say so. Urizen is stated to shake the foundations of the world, which is actually not present in the Japanese version. Does not matter. This does not matter. Not present in the Japanese version does not fucking matter. Shaking the foundations of something is a phrase that can refer to bringing about major change. He already fucking did that before he ate the fruit. It would be an idiom. It would not be a fucking idiom. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey guys, he's building the wall to keep the humans out.
Hey Zim.
Yeah.
It should be noted that their translations are from Google Translate.
Is that actually 100% correct?
Based on what our translator has stated, their translations are pretty much ass backwards.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I don't want to get too much into the battle of the translations because
Two different
let me just say this. If you have an officially licensed and sourced translation from Capcom, at that point, if you try to argue your translation a fan that has no authority takes priority, you need to get the fuck out of this conversation. You have no right to be making that claim. You are not on Capcom's payroll. Capcom has not given you the right to make this. You are asserting without evidence that this is like...
Hang on! Is that the French version stepping up again? No fucking way!
Why don't you use the Russian?
No. The French version says he's shaking the foundations of the universe. Yo, is that Capcom French once again stepping up for scaling?
When was the French version ever reliable? When did the French ever do anything wrong?
Dude, the French were the guys who confirmed that Chakravartin created an infinite number of universes in their translation. Yo, is the French squad stepping up again? Dude, yo, fuck you. Hey, we need to get more translations. I want every translation this game's out in. I want every translation. Shaking the universe is multisolar.
Right.
Shut up, Neo. No one cares about the facts right now.
This is multisolar. Stupid.
Don't you ruin this for me.
They give us the Statue of Liberty, Mangler. I meant recently.
The issue that the Japanese version does not have. Hey, it's far beyond Hellboy, so. Okay, again, does not matter for the Japanese version. The translations are official. Is it line added in the international release? I even mentioned the DMC5. Does not matter. It's in the international release. Go fuck yourself. Relying on French translation to upscale a statement is shaky in and of itself. No, I rely on context. Something you guys need to get prepared.
Wait, hang on. They're saying that you're admitting the English version is not the primary translation to go with. Why would you have a problem with that when you consider a Japanese fan-made version to be more valid than a official English version? Get the fuck out of here.
The Clive tree did not physically fuse both realms. It did break the barrier, though, between it to allow this fusion to occur. This literally contradicted the plot of DMC5. I don't even know if you're familiar with what the plot of DMC5 actually is at this point. Gulliver making a nexus is environmental destruction in the context of the first book and would take time to even terraform even a city. Kyle?
No, that's a lie. Hang on, give me a sec. Alright.
Oh, they bring up the name argument!
Wait. That's the wrong scan! That's the alternate translation! You want to know what the official translation says?
What?
Hold on a sec. So this translation says, "Oh my God, this scan is ass." So they say names were erased. That is, of course, the as the fact is written, the image is insufficient. To their name, a name is truth. Moreover, the forms they take, it is said the name of the demon is closer to its true substance, like heirs to a family that model themselves after the meaning of a name. Okay, so that's
So as quickly as Gilva turns Bobby's bar into the demon world, you can only imply that it would only take a couple of days for it to spread across the planet.
Also, you want to know what the official translation says? You guys decide for yourself if this is more blatant than that one. You see, the names have been chipped away. Of course, this statue is not reality, just a representation of it. To demons, names are truth and of far more consequence than some corporal visceral. A demon's name is its power and the very fabric, the mold of the demon itself. To take away its name is to render it powerless.
Alright. So, very clearly, demon's names means your power. Rather, we'll point out that Mundus' name does not mean universe.
It does.
It means imagined universe or vile world. Mundus' name is outright stated to be an allegorical, not literal, and doesn't have to do with the physical universe itself. Okay, even if you want... Okay, so here's the problem. Even if you argue that Mundus' name is allegorical, the problem is that doesn't matter. Unless you can prove he has a different name, that counts for the argument in question. And the physical universe itself, Carl Jung's entire philosophy is based on self-actualization. So technically, a physical universe would actually be downplaying what Mundus' name could mean based on Carl Jung's work. Carl Jung's work could literally scale up to like high 1A if you really want to stretch it.
Yeah.
And Mundus would be it cut out for the first time in 3 hours.
No.
Okay, so I'm going to try and get through this a little faster now. Mundus' name is outright stated to be allegorical, not literal, and it doesn't have to do the physical universe itself. Similarly, Agni and Rudra are not literally the Hindu gods of fire and wind, but simply demons with fire and wind powers. Wait. Is Agni the god of fire and Rudra the god of wind?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so then shut the fuck up. Your arguments are false. But are meant to be taken literally? Okay, if the names indicate something about their name, it's far more likely and believable that Mundus' name is Mundus because he is the emperor of the demon world, vile world. No, he's not referred to as Emperor Mundus in his name.
That's incorrect.
That's a title.
His name was always Mundus. Only the demon emperor of the demon world was made after the fact.
According to Kamiya himself, they chose the name Mundus because he is the emperor of the underworld and the name has evocative imagery. Mundus represents the universe in Latin, so there's Kamiya stating that his intention was that Mundus means universe. In the game, Dark Emperor Mundus is the ruler of the underworld. We meant to design Mundus as a godlike image instead of a devilish image, so players could feel his dignity, distinctive character, and overwhelming power. We chose this name because it has magnificent imagery. Yes, in reference to everything else. So Mundus' name mean universe isn't meant to be taken literally. He isn't a universe. Well, here's the problem. This would have been retconned with further information in the other games, so... Eat a dick.
And DMC3's manga.
Most, if not all, cosmic arguments for DMC either ignore context, shut the fuck up, or we're lacking context, shut the fuck up. Oh my god, this is so bad. But let's say we are wrong about one or two arguments here, in which case Cosmic DMC is simply not consistent. Mundus creating a storm over Mallet Island, casually doing this, not actually caring. Mundus collapsing Mallet Island, again, the Demon World explosion's much bigger than what they're giving it credit for. Mundus peppering Dante with meteors that Mundus would have created if we assume he created the universe, so they could scale higher. Nephostries making the sky red and summoning storm clouds. Nephostries is literally stated to be the fucking city, shut the fuck up. A larger vortex of clouds in the sky with Argosex is summoned, that's only what we can see, that's not a good fucking argument. Echidna creating a thunderstorm and causing clouds to spin rapidly. Echidna's not a demon king, go fuck yourself. Echidna creating rainforest over time, not a demon king, go fuck yourself.
Echidna can create...
Also, did they gloss over the fact that the forest that she makes, she made that forest doesn't exist.
It also spread incredibly fast. Like, they literally...
If creating a human from nothing gets you to mountain level somehow, what's creating a forest in basically a couple of days?
Okay. Echidna created rainforest over time. Abigail's iron level cloud feet. Arkham's moving clouds in a vortex and opening the gate to the demon world. Again, these are not intentional feats being done. Abigail didn't intend to make an island level cloud feat. He was opening a portal, or she was opening a portal. Arkham, again, was opening the demon world. Phantom causing the clouds with Mount Island to spin rapidly. Again, byproduct, not actually what we want to do. Also, was it Phantom or was it Griffin who did that?
No, Griffin does.
Because I don't recall clouds being around Phantom.
That would require them to know what they were talking about.
Kyle, just to be as honest as possible, do you remember clouds ever occurring around Phantom's boss fights? Because I recall it being clear as day when I killed
No,
him.
it's Griffin.
In the third fight, it does. It's in the stadium. But
the
not
Savior
the first
starting a storm, the Savior punching / kicking, Arius making a giant crevice when possessed, all the Qliphoth feats. Don't act like you guys know what the fuck the Qliphoth does. Get the fuck out of here. The verses consistent on a level where they're not even planetary. Cyber here. Hey, buddy. I want to let all of you reading this that we did want to give Universal DMC the benefit of the doubt. Complete fucking lie. Heck, I was pushing it for a week. Oh.
Exactly. Week no longer.
I've pushed for this tier for 2 years, quite stubborn at times, and I'm the guy to upgrade DMC to low multiversal versus Battle Wiki. Oh, I see argument of I see you're arguing from what's the phrase I'm looking for? Authority. There is zero bias here. You guys are literally wrong about several scans, and you're literally missing several fucking scans and statements that would have been easy to find with the supposed research you guys have here. Get out of my sight. The reason none of the arguments made the cut is frankly re-examination. The shadiest re-examination I've ever fucking seen. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to give this doc a 2 out of 5 Matthews. Nearly every argument has some hole, requires too many assumptions. That's rich coming from you guys. What's presented in this blog is my current opinions on the verses. Ratings alongside others who are willing to also look at all the arguments and not just auto-dismiss them. Well, we looked at all the arguments and immediately dismissed them with actual evidence and facts. If you want us to show you the scans, by all means, you know where to hit us up. We actually cut some arguments that were too nitpicky, such as the typical portal argument for realm merging, or the space. You mean because you can't prove it, or the space in the boss fight cutscene having notable creases in the skybox alongside a wavy effect in the background. Oh, we actually, me and him directly talked about this one. I think that's fair to say since he is being directly mentioned here. He did mention to me this one. So, with that said, general verdicts are below. Thank you all for reading this. I want my fucking hours back.
1 or 2, not too many, because there's like 4 or 5 of them.
So you found out Uni DMC was bunk? Okay, buddy. Okay. Well, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I can't stick around too much longer. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for your time as always. How much are your hours worth? They're worth apparently $10 and 15, like $10.50 an hour, maybe like $13.50 an hour now these days. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys on the next stream or video.